Hi guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back with Painkiller Already, Episode 6, and we are now one of the officially longest running podcasts on the YouTube community. Well, I don't know about all the, the Nigga Higga and all those other people. I doubt they do podcasts. But hail to the king, baby. Who the fuck we got as our guest this week?
It's the infamous Power Puncher. Hello.
Power Puncher. Welcome aboard, man.
It was great. Hello.
Hey, Woody, is your wife out of the room?
She is out of the room. Yeah, I'm in the man cave, baby. There's no women in here. Unless they're invited.
Or they walk in.
Or they yeah, she doesn't even knock, the woman, but I like to think it's a man cave.
Person.
I have a new topic. You ready? Here's the scenario. Yes. You're at Home Depot, and on comes the zombie apocalypse. So you're at Home Depot, there's a zombie apocalypse. Kyle, what's your strategy?
Am I able to get to my car?
I don't know, it's a risk. How are you going to get there? Do it. Outline the scenario.
The first thing I'm going to do is grab something heavy and metal, probably a crowbar. If I can't get to a crowbar, then I'm going for one of those wooden rods they've got that are 2 inches thick, and I'm heading for my car because I got a shotgun in the car.
Secretary?
Yeah, got the 12 gauge in the car, and I'll try to make it home because at home I've got 4,000 rounds of ammunition and an arsenal of assault rifles. And then we'll go into what I like to call defense pattern beta, which is where I press the secret button that's under the head of Washington, the head of Washington, on my desk, and it's like a red button, kind of like on Batman. And bars go up on the windows. I take my position on the roof, and I rain sniper fire down upon the hordes of zombies. That's how
I'll tell you what I would do.
All right, you're at Home Depot, zombie apocalypse. Go.
Push the little kids down while I run away.
Oh, God.
Kick them first.
I mean, I'm fat. They got to have a snack before they get to me.
Wings would tie 50 kids to him and use them as a meat shield.
Wings, if I'm a zombie, you're the sweetest buffet in Home Depot.
Yeah, if I throw Gloria Big Tits down in front of you, which would you take? The lady prone that's screaming and crying, or the fat guy that's running?
I hear you. Gloria Big Tits, is that her name?
Yeah.
She's the baby buffalo in this scenario.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Pyro,
yeah,
what do you got? Do you know what Home Depot is?
Is it like an electronic
This
DIY
is like a
something?
gigantic hardware store.
Yeah.
Am I situated in Ireland or USA at this time?
I guess Ireland. Let's see what you come up with.
To be perfectly honest, I'd probably get a mop handle and a fucking couple packs of lawnmower blades.
See, to be honest, yeah, like Wing said there, we can't buy guns here in Ireland, so I'm fucked. I'd probably get a power drill and go around savoring my last few moments, killing people, and then eventually die.
Yeah, Paul's going to attack the zombie with a power drill.
Yeah,
you got to have some reach.
Tool. But there's plugs all over the place. I'm going to find myself a chainsaw that plugs into the wall because the gas ones aren't going to work for you here, right? They don't keep gas in them. And maybe an extension cord, a chainsaw, climb up to the top shelves of that brother, and have at anyone who climbs after me. Be kicking them down, cutting their heads off.
You should just tie like 50 chainsaws to each.
Yeah, the chainsaw would be too messy.
I'm not really concerned
You're going to get some of that infected blood in your eyes.
Yeah, you'll get that blood in your eyes. So I'd stick with the lawnmower blade duct tape to like a mop handle or something.
I don't know how the infection works on that.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Get on top of one of those racks. They got those 10,000-pound racks that you see.
Yeah,
get on the top shelf.
The
one
big
of those.
orange shells, right?
Yeah, I'd leave the ladder there and just start stabbing them as they try to come up.
Yeah, if they bite you, scratch you, or if their blood gets in your eyes. That's why you're going to need one of those face shields like people use when they use grinders on metal.
Yeah.
Or like chemistry where
I'll have to pick that up. Or maybe a welding shield or something like that.
It's sort of like the welding shield, but it doesn't have the tint.
Dude, I've got this. Dude, have you seen my workshop? You think I don't have all this stuff?
Just making sure, Woody. I'm just making, and for the hordes of children listening to us right now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, okay.
All the kids that's listening to us, don't be around me in a zombie apocalypse. Your ass sticks around.
Oh my God, it's Wings of Redemption.
The kid's like, don't worry, guys, that's the Wings of Redemption.
All right.
And Wings just pushes them.
And Wings just shoves him to the floor. Fuck you, faggots.
So here, let's do choices on the next topic. We can either cover police beating, the Mac Pack, or Woody's Weekly Cool Story Bro?
I'm a stealthy.
Woody's Weekly Cool Story, bro.
All right. So the way we've been working this is I asked the guest host. I wasn't able to get it in last week with that cinema guy, but I asked the guest host to choose the topic. So here, there's 4 topics to choose from. Woody saves 130 lives. Getting thrown out of the college dorms, how I met my wife. My career, which people ask about all the time. And the last one, that time I hit a girl.
The time I hit a girl.
Hit a girl. Hit a girl.
Okay, go for that one.
All right. Thanks for choosing Paul. So here's the deal. I enter high school, and I'm kind of late on the whole puberty train here, and I'm a little smaller than the other kids in my freshman year in class. So I'm like, 13 years old at this point. And in gym class, there's this girl, Jennifer Frank, and she's like beautiful, gorgeous, like the dream girl. She's already dating a senior who's the captain of the wrestling team. And for whatever reason, I attracted her attention, and she used to call me gay. And not that I have any problem with gay people, but she was off target in this accusation. And so every day, the school starts in September, right? It's the beginning of my freshman year. She's calling me gay. And what would happen is she was in my gym class, and freshmen at my school only ran, and the track was like a half mile from the school. So you'd walk to the track, and you'd walk back, and you'd run like a mile every gym day. And on this walk there and back, she would like trail me by 5 or 6 feet and call me gay almost daily for months. And it wouldn't stop. And you know how they say to ignore them and they'll give up or whatever? That is ridiculously bad advice. High school people are amazingly persistent in their ability to make fun of one another. And it wouldn't go away. And this is me, like, early in my freshman year, and I'm not sure what to do. So at one point, I thought, dude, you think I'm gay? Let's have sex. And this didn't really work. She didn't take me up on my offer, probably because she was freaking nailing the captain of the wrestling team. And so here it is. It's not too long before Christmas. It's in December, and I'm 3 months into this ridiculous abuse getting from this girl. And I say to her, if you keep talking like that, you're going to get slapped. And yeah, I know what to say, right? I mean, it was months of this kind of abuse. And,
what age were you at this time? 13 still?
I'll be 14 in February, so I'm almost 14. And that set her off. She's like, slap me, I dare you. Go ahead, slap me, do it. And she's following me with like her chin stuck out in the air, like, as a target to be presented. And I didn't do it, so I let it go. And then the next day in gym class, it continues. And instead of calling me gay, now she's begging for me to slap her. And all the way to the track, slap me, do it. She's like tapping on my shoulder, sticking her chin out, saying I won't do it. She's saying I'm a pussy, and that I'm gay, and that you're too scared to hit her, and all this stuff. And now, what do you do? So we run our laps.
I would have slapped that chick so hard in the ass.
Oh, that was a good strategy. So anyway, we're headed back from running, and she's doing it again. She's saying, slap me. And I'm like, you got to knock it off. You don't know. I'm about to do this. And she's, F you won't do it. You're scared, whatever. I wind up. Like, if you could just picture the shoulder, my hand going all the way down by my knees. And then with the full shoulder arm, I backhand this girl as hard as anyone's been backhand across the face. And the mark it left, I swear, if I had hit her with the front of my hand, you'd have gotten fingerprints off her face. It was just 5 fingers spread on her face. And she was so surprised. I don't know why. She was just shocked. And she looks at me, and her jaw drops, and tears start to roll out. And I'm like, all right, I've changed the problem. She's not going to be asking to be slapped anymore. I'm pretty sure of that. But now
the wrestling team's going to get you now.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the second half of the story. She, everyone is like, oh my God, I can't believe you do that. She's dating Tim Conway or whatever the hell his name was. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but what are you going to do? So I didn't do anything different. I just cared about my normal day. And he had lunch at the same time I did. Now, my high school was kind of roughish, not terribly. I mean, Ocean City High School, for anyone that knows it. But they had cut our lunches down to 12 minutes because there were so many fights.
What?
Yeah, our lunch.
12 minutes?
Yeah, we had a 12-minute lunch period, and
Prison lunch.
and you couldn't go outside or anything. So it was really a short sort of get there, down your food, and get out. And like the day that it happened, nothing. The day after that, nothing. And at this point, I'm starting to think that, you know, maybe nothing's going to happen. And then I swear the whole lunchroom, this is like 400 people, fall silent as he stands up from his lunch table and walks over to mine. And he asks me to get up and to join him in like the corner of the cafeteria. And I'm like, all right, you know, like, what are you going to say? No, I'll be here drinking my milk. So I get up, and this is what he says to me. He says, look, dude, I know what she's like. Don't hit her anymore. And that's how it ends. Yeah. And that's my what do you hit a girl story.
What an understanding guy. You know, seeing you bitch slap the girl, I can just imagine, like, this really highly animated Japanese scene where, like, Woody delivers, like, a falcon punch straight to your girl's face.
No, I wasn't going to win that fight. He wasn't the biggest guy. He was bigger than me. But, dude, he's a wrestler. And this is
he's
something...
gonna put you in some kind of like homoerotic like hold or something and like give you a noogie.
He's going to win the takedown, and then he's going to do anything he wants. That's what actually happens when you fight a wrestler. People don't know. Like, a lot of guys think, well, I could get into a fight. I would do well because I get really angry. Or they say, you know, you don't know, he's really strong when he's mad. Or, you know, this guy's more enthusiastic than the other, he's going to win the fight. And to a fighter, hearing that, it's like saying, you know...
That's a weakness.
I'd be good at the guitar. Because, dude, when I hear good music, I hit mosh pits, and I, you know, jump around like crazy people. It's like, no, dude, someone who studies guitar is going to be a million times better than you, no matter how enthusiastic you are. And unless that enthusiasm turns into practice. So this guy was a wrestler, and I was nothing. And he would have won the takedown, he would have taken the top mount, and then he would have done anything he wanted. That's how that fight would have gone.
No. The way that fight would have gone in fucking Wings of Redemption's world is I'd had me a handful of nuts like Charles Bronson.
Hell fucking yeah. I was telling you about that today. Don't you love that clip? Dude, he gets a double handful of junk and starts twisting, tugging, pulling, tearing, ripping, and all the while he's got his boot on the guy's throat.
You see, I'm unlike most people. I don't rely on getting mad and having extra adrenaline strength as my leeway to winning the fight. No. I pick up the folding chair and hit you right in the throat.
He's doing old WWF style.
You guys want to hear prison guard stories?
Why not?
What's that?
Hey, I got a question. I was wondering, you know, the ending of that story we just told makes me pretty sure that Jennifer Frank sucks a mean dick.
I think we're Facebook friends now. I'm not sure. We definitely have friends in common.
I can imagine this captain of the wrestling team showing up at Wings door tomorrow morning as soon as his podcast goes live and just tensing his knuckles.
Might not be the best idea for him. I have weapons in my house.
Wings just stands there with a shotty.
By the way, Jennifer Frank, if you're out there anywhere, I'm in Northeast Georgia, and I don't mind slapping a girl if that's what you're really looking for.
I know this fetish. She's married with kids. She looks good, though.
Sounds like fun to me.
I live by myself, so I answered the fucking door with the shotgun.
Always?
Always. I don't care if it's the mailman, the UPS guy. I don't hold it out here. I got one of these. You better not fuck with me. I keep it behind the door and like crack the door open. What you need?
Wings, what kind of shit is that? All right. I'm usually right behind you pretty much all the time. You know, like you're like, yeah, I tote the gun. Got the gun in my car. Yeah, I'll shoot a dude. I don't care. But you answer the door with a gun? Like.
They don't know I have it until they want to start shit, which has never happened.
Yeah, that's even better. Like, all right, like
you always get that nice look when they actually come into the house and you open the door and you put the gun back in the corner.
I can imagine like some scout selling cookies coming up the Wings door, just with a shotgun there and what about cookies?
So
I can't imagine that.
So I'm training MMA. This is my prison guard story. And when I'm training MMA, you get to see people from all walks of life. It's not just freaking IT geeks. By the way, I'm going to throw down. I'm the toughest guy in IT. So if you think you got some, bring it, computer nerds. So anyway, so I'm working out with these prison guards. And I'm telling him, like, hey, how does this work? Like, how do the things that we do here translate into prison fights? And he's like, they wouldn't help. And I'm like, why not? I don't get this. I'm sure you've got better hands, and like people who are athletic in general can sometimes have good hands, but athletic in general without any training or knowledge almost never translates into a good ground game. So I'm like, I'm sure you've got better hands, and there's no doubt your ground game is miles above like your regular crypt or whoever's in the prison with him. And he says, no, that's not how prison fights go down. What they do is they put a lock in a sock and they hit you on the head from behind. And you'd never know it was coming, or they might stab you with a shiv, and that's how prison fights begin. And he's like, just because I've got better head movement than this guy, it's not going to work out. Locking a sock while you're looking the other way. And
I have
but there's more.
I have a great story as soon as you're done with this one.
Yeah. So I asked him about the whole anal sex thing, and I was like, let's say a guy like me goes into prison. What's my strategy? What do I do here? And he gave me a couple. He's like, one. You can either kind of just get down with it and pick the guy that you want to be, and then he'll protect you, or you can work your way to solitary. And if you want to get to solitary, you can attack someone, Even if you lose the fight, you'll attack the guy and you'll make your way to solitary. Or you can touch a prison guard. He's like, if you just shake him on the shoulder. Or how people do that thing where they're like in a standoff about to fight and he kind of flinches in his direction?
Yeah.
If you do that to a prison guard, that might get you to solitary, or he might be like, fuck you just want to go to solitary and not give it to you. But
yeah, there's a great movie. I can't remember what movie it is, but it starts off with the guy going to prison, and he looks over at like all these other prisoners, and they're looking at him like, yeah, you gonna be my bitch, boy. And he's like, damn. And he looks over the prison guard, and he's like, and the prison guard's like, all right. So just come with me, and he just like lays the prison guard out immediately, knocks him out. And they're like, all right, 6 months solitary. And so like 6 months go by, and he's coming out of solitary, and the same group of guys are there like, yeah, boy, you in my world now. He looks at the prison guard, lays him out again.
That was a strategy that he gave me. But there was another thing he told me. I was like, hey, does this really happen? It's a big problem. And he says, yes. And I'm like, well, do you guys stop it? Do you protect people? And he says, no. And he's laughing about it. This guy is like, he's a sick, bad person. And he's telling me if he's like wants to punish someone, he'll say, hey guys, I'm going to cook a burrito here in the office. It's going to take me about 15 minutes. I'll be back. And then he hears him screaming for help. Help! 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 And this guy is giggling as he tells the story, and he's clapping his hands. They're like, help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! And and he's in the office enjoying his burrito, laughing about it, knowing that this guy will, whatever.
This guy's out there enjoying somebody else's burrito.
Yeah, and it's not a one-on-one situation, right? It's like a 6-on-1, and they all take their turn on this poor guy, and I'm betting he'll never be the same. But that is what American prison is.
See, I'd be dead. I would be dead in prison. I would lash out against one of them and get killed by the other 5 afterwards.
What if we just sneak a shotgun in somehow?
I wouldn't need a fucking shotgun. I would sit my fat ass foot on his throat after I hit him with the lock.
Winks is the guy with the lock, by the way.
All right, no, but what is it called? A shiv?
Yeah.
I don't need a shiv. I just stomp on his fucking neck.
Dude, you can't stomp on somebody's neck. You need a workable plan, right? This can be a shiv. This can be a lock and a sock.
Yeah, hit him with the lock in his sock a couple times. When he hits the fucking dirt after head trauma, you break his fucking neck.
Yeah, see, there's a workable plan. But the stomp on his neck, that's not an move.
So this story is like 3 or 4 years ago. My cousin calls me, and apparently like he had some issue with some other people, and they were going to have to go fight. And apparently there was like 6 of them, and there was only 2 of us. So I was like, well, is there anybody else we could get to go with us? And he's like, well, we could go get Uncle Terry. And I'm like, I don't have an Uncle Terry. He's like, yeah, but I do. He's my mom's brother. And I'm like, I don't know him. And he's like, well, he just got out of jail. And I'm like, what'd he do? He murdered someone. I'm like, how long has he been in there? 35 years. How old is this guy? I don't know. He's like 50s, something like that. I'm like, dude, we're not taking like a 55-year-old dude to this fight. We're like 17, 18. I'm like, we don't need some old dude slowing us down. He's like, no, trust me. This is the guy we want with us. So I hop in Scott's car, and he takes us to a trailer park, and we hop out, and like this isn't a nice trailer park. This is a pretty rough establishment. This is
A Robert Bowling trailer park.
This is Robert Bowling's trailer park. And South Clown. And so we go into this, and all right, this is funny right from the start. We get out of the car, and this figure opens the trailer door and looks down at us and goes, "Who's that out there in that moon wagon?" We're in a Blazer, by the way, so I don't know what the fuck made it a moon wagon. But like Scott goes, "It's me, Uncle Terry." He's like, "Oh, who you got with me?" I got Kyle with me. He's like, "Well, come on in here." So we go into this guy's house, and he's sitting there with his two daughters who are like, I don't know, teenagers. One of them has a broken arm, which she got beating up a black girl at school, but that's not how she referred to the individual. And so everybody starts smoking cigarettes, including the young teenage girls, and they pass around ashtrays, which consisted of styrofoam plates. And of course that doesn't work too well. It burns right through. So I'm like, no, I don't smoke. I didn't smoke at the time. So like, we start talking to Terry, and we tell him what the situation is. And he's like, "Do you have any weapons?" Like straight face, like, "You got any weapons?" And he's like, "Well, I got this right here." And Scott's got like this rod. It's a piece of steel. It's like a steel rod. It's a steel rod, yeah, sort of like that, but not as big. It's about 1.5 feet long. And Uncle Terry like picks it up and he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "This is like a black cobra in the desert." And he goes, like a snake. And like, he's like, "This is like my black cobra in the desert. You could run a chain gang with one of these." And I'm like, "How would you sneak it into prison?" He's like, "I don't care. Stick it up my ass if I got to." he's like in prison. He's like prison's rough. He's like, "Lost all my teeth." He pulls out false teeth at this point to reveal that he indeed has no front teeth. And I'm like, "How the fuck did that happen?" He's like, "A nigger. He had a lock and a sock. Hit me in the mouth with it." And I'm like, "What did you do?" "I killed him." He's like, "I killed him." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess that fixed that problem." "Hell yeah, it fixed it." He's like, "In prison, you gotta be mean. You gotta be hardcore." He's like, "I'll eat an asshole if that's what it takes. I'll bite their lips off. I don't care." I'm like, "All right."
I'm never going to prison.
So at the end of it, I was like, "You know what? I don't think we need your services, Terry. We're going to be moseying on out, but good luck to you eating the assholes and, running the chain."
Lips.
And that was the last time I saw him.
This is just craziness.
Yeah,
that guy ran bare-fisted fighting, like a bare-fisted fight club at the trailer park, in which your entry fee was a case of natural light. And it was I'm not joking. It was winner take all, dude.
I wish I had some epic stories to tell.
It makes me realize if I ever have a shootout with the cops, I'm going to get clapped at the end of it. I ain't going into cuffs. Ain't no asshole eating for me.
All right, we've got 2 topics on the board here: police beating and the Mac Pack that releases June 3rd.
Can someone tell me what police beating is?
It's when a police beats you. The stick.
Well, I have a lot of experience viewing that and stuff because, like, you guys know, like, there's been a lot of riots in Ireland. Like, you don't know about that.
Tell us more.
Classic.
Apparently, the Irish sniper team sucks.
Yeah, no. Like, do you guys not know there's like a whole feud over religion here? Well, there used to be anyway. Like,
sure.
So Catholic and Protestants, and it was basically in the 80s and 90s, but in like early 2000s, I was about 6-7 years ago. I was probably like 9, 10 at the time. That was like the last ever like major event I saw, and like there was police in all the time, and I saw. I even saw like 6-7-year-old kids get shot by plastic bullets in the leg and shit, and I don't know.
So can you explain the central issue between Protestants and Catholics? Like, it's hard to believe they're killing each other over the right to get divorced.
Yeah, well, I think it was early 1900s when the English came over, invaded Ireland, and claimed Ireland as their own, and then there was some agreement put out where the north of Ireland would become a part of the UK, Northern Ireland. I live in that part now. We can stop playing with the coin. So, I live in Northern Ireland, and there's people who refer to themselves as Republicans who would want a united Ireland. So they want no affiliation with the UK. But it used to be done by like all the paramilitary groups, like the IRA. There's like 50 different types. I couldn't name them all. So there was ones for each side, like you would have the IRA and stuff like the UVF battling each other. And recently, it's all going to politics now. Like, people are starting to change their ways, but that was the last experience, like 9-10.
I somehow didn't get the core of that. Why were Protestants and Catholics mad at each other? Is there a shorter version?
I kind of blanked out during the story.
All right. The basic view is Protestants believe that they can speak directly with God, and Catholics go through a priest. They go through.
No, it's nothing to do with that.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's the difference. Like,
I know the difference.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to gather. Is this what they're really fussing about in Ireland?
Okay, I'll tell you. It's about land. Okay. So people want united Ireland, and Republicans think that UK took over Ireland and they're meaning to do violence to get it back. Well, it used to be. It's all political now. Well, the majority of it. But in the terms of police beatings, like, I've seen police come in with riot shields and petrol bombs be thrown at them, and like stones and bricks, and I've seen like 6-year-old kids get shot in the leg with plastic bullets, and I don't know like what to talk about police beatings. What do you want me to talk about in that term? Like hard stuff.
So in my mind it was.
I got a story about
police
beatings.
Some of the U.S. ones and some of the like sort of undeserved police beatings, but Wings and Kyle have stories. I'll just be quiet. Let's hear them.
Yeah, you go.
Well, I was watching the video the other day. The video is probably 3 or 4 years old, and it kind of intrigued my interest on this story. Well, the thing is, we have a Georgia state trooper. He pulls over this guy who has been speeding and swerving, and it turns out this guy's like a amateur MMA fighter, and he's drunk. He's got a military background, and he has no part of wanting to go to jail. Basically, the cop tries to handcuff him, and the MMA fighter turns him out, elbows the cop in the mouth, and he kind of falls back, and he pulls his stun gun out. Well, down here in the southern states, I guess it's all southern states, the cops have this thing called a stun gun. I don't know if it's worldwide, where it basically shoots 2 electrodes, and it jabs into your chest wherever it hits, and it shocks. Yeah, a taser. Mm-hmm. And it basically shocks you. Well, he hits the guy with this, and the guy rips it out of his chest. So he immediately drops the taser and hits him with pepper spray. The guy takes the pepper spray, and the cop. It comes back to the cop because like, well, I was scared at this point because he's a real Southern guy. I was scared at this point because he wiped the pepper spray out of his mouth, and he said, "You're gonna need more than that, boy." So the guy gets the cop starts running. You see, he's on the dash right now. The cop starts running from this motherfucker. This is a big black guy too. He's like probably 300 pounds of muscle. He's like a Brock Lesnar looking motherfucker. And this guy just gets this cop down and starts beating this cop.
Ooh.
I mean, he's got him by like the shirt collar and just full mount, just punching him in the head. So the cop pulls out his service revolver and shoots him in the stomach.
That'll hurt.
And it doesn't affect him. He is so jacked up on drugs.
Oh.
This reminds me of Left 4 Dead for some reason, like a charger.
I mean, he ends up shooting a guy 4 times. And the guy ignores it. The guy eventually gets off of him, and the cop's like all beaten. He is like disfigured and all. And the backup finally pulls up.
Hey, whoever's playing with the coin, seriously.
Wings, come on.
That's not me.
Pyro blames
It's
everything on Wings.
It's Wings.
Stop it, please.
And finally the backup comes, and they end up having to shoot the guy.
Wow. Well, again, right? He's he's already shot 4 times in the gut. I was like, wow. But let's talk about some of the premature police beating, because, police are generally dicks. Like, I've only had 1 speeding ticket my entire life, and it was in a school zone. Well, because the school zones around here, they're only school zones for like 2 hours a day. And I used to work swing shifts at where I used to work at MetGlass. And my time's always been fucked up for the last 6 or 7 years. I'm never on like a right schedule, and I didn't know what. You're talking about your sleeping schedule.
Yeah, and it was like 8 in the morning. I would say like 7:40, which is 7 to 8 is a school zone in that area. Because the speed limit is normally 50 through it, but it drops down to 35 in that 1 hour. And I was going 45-ish. And I said they're trying to explain to the guy, I'm sorry for speeding. You know, he wasn't having nothing about it. You know, like this is usually a 50 zone. Because I was upset. I was getting pulled for speeding for 45 miles an hour. The zone is usually 50. You know.
Right.
And he was just an outright dick about it because I had to tell him I had a firearm, and then he wanted to get upset about that. I ended up having to be there like 4 hours while he took his sweet ass time checking the fucking code on the firearms, checking licenses, and I happen to have 2 guns in the back too, so that's why it took him so damn long because I had 2 rifles in my gun rack.
You have a gun rack in your pickup truck?
Yeah.
Could you be any more southern? Kyle, you have a gun rack on your pickup truck too?
No. No, I just put it under the back seat, dude.
See, me, I usually take the gun. I just take the bolt out of them and put them in the gun rack. You know, because you're supposed to have them in plain sight. I mean, it's just against the law to put them under the back seat.
Well, you don't have a concealed carry license?
Yeah, but you're not supposed, like if it's a rifle or something, you got to have them in plain sight.
Not in Georgia.
Yeah, I don't think that's the rule here in North Carolina
Well,
either.
the land of phonage. By the way, guys, watch this video I just sent you.
No, look, I hate it when podcasts do this, when they all sit there and watch videos and
yeah.
Look,
for those of you out there in podcast land, go to YouTube and search Birmingham police beating, 5 officers fired, and you'll get this video. And that's one hell of a police beating.
It'd be like that like that shooting where a guy gets shot 21 times on his stoop.
5 cops just beat the shit out of this dude after he was thrown from his vehicle.
Oh, you ever see that one where a cop beats the old lady after she's thrown from the vehicle?
No. Maybe this is it.
There's like a vehicle where this old lady is speeding. Well, she's not an old lady. She's in her 40s or 50s. And she's in a blue minivan, and a tire blows out on it. And it starts flipping, and she's thrown from the vehicle by the passenger doorway, and she hits the grass on the side of the embankment, and she's cold. And this guy comes running up, just like Bubba kind of guy, and just jumps on her, knees her in the head, and starts punching her.
Damn.
I mean, it's like 10 seconds after. She is dead cold. She's gone. He's like...
So I want to talk about the video that Kyle just posted. Here's what happens. There's a person who's speeding, and they don't show... It's only 50 seconds long, or 51 seconds. And there's a cop who's out of his car, and he throws a spike strip out in the road. Now, a spike strip, if you don't know, when they drive over it, it gives them these slow, flat tires. It's a nice, safe way to end the chase. Anyway, the cop who's throwing the spike strip, the car swerves to hit the cop, and I think actually does. It's hard to tell how much of it was being hit and how much of it was jumping to the side. Fast forward another 20 seconds or so, and the guy takes an exit off the highway. This is like a super highway this goes down on. And he flips the car over. I guess he's not wearing a seatbelt because he flies out the window. He's obviously hurt and injured, and he's sort of in this heap. And within maybe 5 seconds or so, 5 or 6 policemen with their clubs out start pounding on this guy. One guy kneels at the top of his head, and with both hands starts punching like left ear, right ear, left ear, right ear. And then there might be some kickers in the party too.
Oh man, when they say he exited a vehicle, I mean literally the vehicle was like mid-flip and he flies out the top of it.
Dude, that one big guy who comes in about halfway through, I just imagine him going, "It's clobbering time."
See, but now, those aren't the beatings that bother me the most. Like, that guy tried to hit a cop with a car. And, yeah, it's kind of unprofessional to beat a guy who's probably already injured and in a lot of
probably has, like, broken ribs or something at this point.
But, look, I'm okay with a little beating. I'll give these cops some suspension with pay and a black mark on their record, and then, carry on. It's the ones where a guy like badmouths a cop, or better yet, some kid with a skateboard shows a little too much attitude. There are people you beat down and people you don't. And the 14-year-old emo kid is in that don't category. I expect you to be a little more professional and to get him in trouble with his mom, not beat him down on your own.
I hate the cops that want to like bow up and like want to fight you because you don't say sir after everything you say. That cop that pulled me over, that was one of the things that bothered me the most. I wanted to cuss that motherfucker out because I was talking to him and he's like, "You say sir to me."
Wings is like you and me, 1v1 Rust.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get scared because I had that look on my face. You know, I'm a pretty laid back guy in real life. If my face just was like son of Sam, you know, like that dead stare look. You just told me to tell you to say, sir. It was about one-on-one time. I was ready to pull my pistol out the side and shoot him.
Yeah, I don't go that way, man. A cop pulls me over, I'm like, man, look, I'm sorry. I don't usually speed. This is why I did it now, and I don't plan on doing it again.
I was being over polite, and he's like, you say sir to me. Like
really?
I'm obligated to say sir to him.
Yeah, but you better just cooperate to get it with because there are a few dicks out there. And
yeah, I thought it through and all, but, you know, the thought entered my mind, I should pull my pistol out and blow this cocksucker out this world.
Yeah, but Karma's a bitch, so the guy probably walked home and get knocked down or some shit like that. So.
Karma does not exist, Paul. Come on.
You know what you should call him?
It's like, please, Wings, don't get into one of these philosophical rounds.
I kind of don't like sir either, especially if the guy's younger than me. And look,
We're forced. We're forced to stand at school with people.
Really? So, but with cops, I call him officer. And it's still like a respectful thing, but it's not quite as subservient as sir. So go with officer. That'll work.
Yeah, but I was nervous. It was my first speeding ticket, and this motherfucker wants to bow up at me because, you know, I was explaining to him about I had a concealed weapon, I had a couple firearms in the vehicle. You know, I was trying to talk to him about how it slipped my mind it was a school zone because I was only like 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. You know, some minuscule thing. And he wants to bow up at me and like, you call me sir. Like he's obligated to my respect.
Hey.
It's not like, you know, a deep-seated hatred. But I don't know. I just don't like that when I'm obligated to put somebody just because they got a fucking badge. I'm like, down here in South Carolina, it doesn't take much to become an officer. Pretty much anybody can do it. You just need to take, 8 weeks of police academy training, and you're pretty much going to get put on some Hicktown sheriff office somewhere.
Triple IQ number. That's about it.
You don't have to have a triple IQ.
Yeah, triple IQ. That rules out most of South Carolina. I don't know that you want to do that.
I mean, I'm just saying, and most of the people who are cops around here were just straight up bullies in school and things of that nature. And
I want to apologize to everyone in South Carolina. I'm just trying to be funny.
I can imagine like an angry mob showing up at Woody's house tomorrow.
They'll be better armed than me. Well,
I'm getting mad right now thinking about it. 'Cause I still got those 2 points off my driver's license.
Still on there.
I've yet to learn to drive.
And this is a call to arms. I don't know how many people listen to this channel, but we're looking for a female that's had some kind of hooking experience.
Wait, I'm sorry, I talked over you. Tell again. Do the call out.
We're looking for a female with some kind of hooking experience, at least a year in her life where she's lived off her ability to pleasure men. Hey guys, it's Painkiller Already, episode 7. We got I have a mind blank, but we got
Home Star for Hire.
Yeah, I didn't remember his name, but introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? It's Pone Star for Hire here, and I'm just honored to be here. You know, able to talk it up with the guys right now. It's pretty cool. I'm glad to be here, guys.
So Pone Star, man, I get probably 5 or 6 messages a week telling me that I need to have you on, in spite of the fact that I've already had you on. What's up with that? Have you sent your subs to?
No, I swear I don't. These guys are really diehard loyal to me, and I don't know what it is. If you've checked out my videos, like in between the triple nukes and stuff like that, I earned my subs early on for special, unique games that I've done. But over this, throughout my commentaries, a lot of these guys respect, and I'm really open. I some people tell me not to, but I put some of my personal life out there, and I just generally help the subs out, and it's just what I do. People come to me with, like, in real life stuff, like, oh, I'm having issues with this girl, I like all kinds of things. So these guys come to me and talk to me, and well, they know what I want. They know I want to get more popular and, machine them all these goals, and all they're doing is just trying to help me out, and I'm grateful to have them. It's pretty cool.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Hey, you know what? The women advice thing, that's one of the topics on my list. Did everybody here see C-Nanner's video where he gave out girl advice?
I did, but you kind of caught me up on it.
Okay. And Wings, I know you saw it. Pone Star, did you catch it?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I just don't picture him with women. I don't know what that is.
So get this. All right. Here's how I was exposed to it. I do sub to his channel, but I don't get to see as many videos as I did before I had my own channel. And I listed my most recent commentary, the one where I sang the John Bon Jovi song, as the most epic commentary ever. And one guy was like, hey, it was good, but the best one ever is C. Nanner's advice on women. So I was like, all right, I got to check this out. And he gave a couple points that I thought were pretty good. One was, don't chase the same girl. He says, if you find yourself in a spot where you absolutely love one woman and only that woman, and you think to yourself that you'll never be complete or you'll never find anyone as fantastic as she is, that you're making a mistake, that is a fool's errand. And I think he's on to something with that piece of advice. I think you're less attractive to somebody if you're that obsessed with them. I think that you're better off if you just, I don't want to say take it or leave it, show an interest, but not show a passion, to quite right off the day one. And then the other piece of advice was to know your level. He says, like, look, everyone knows this 1 to 10 scale, right? We don't have to redefine that. If you're 5, then find people who are 4 to 6. If you're an 8, then find people who are 7 to 9. Go in your area. Don't be a 5 chasing after 10s all day. And see, go ahead, Kyle. I'm gonna
disagree. All right, here's the secret. All right, first of all, it's all about confidence. If you act like a 10, you're perceived as a 10. If you act like if you treat people like they're lucky to talk to you, they feel like they're lucky to talk to you. You don't want to go up to somebody and be like, hey, how you doing? Well, I just saw you over here, and I was thinking maybe, I'd come over and talk. You're like, hey, what's up?
All right.
You go after it. You take it. Like, you don't want to be, like, pussyfooting around. And then after you've got them, like, slightly interested, then you start treating them like shit. Because they love that. That's the secret. That's all you got to do. You treat them just treat them like dog shit. They love it. They're because in their mind they're like, wait a minute, why is he treating me like shit? I must be doing something wrong. I got to fix this. It's like that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. And don't look at somebody and be afraid of being rejected, or be afraid that
twirl the marionette.
I have a couple
above me or something.
I have 2 points I want to respond to that. First is, I've been married for 14 years now, and if you include the dating, with my wife for 17 years. And the whole treating them like shit thing, that's not the way I'd go about that.
If you're looking for a wife, you're absolutely right.
The second thing, the whole, it's okay to shoot way above your own skill level, just have confidence. I think that works better when you're richer than Scrooge McDuck, Kyle.
I don't know what you're referring to.
He's referring to how Scrooge McDuck would dive in the money of gold in the vault and wow.
It's like you ever see Chappelle's show when, like, Rick James is like, he's like, show Charlie Murphy your titties. I'm Rick James, bitch. just like do it. Don't you know who I am? This is how you gotta be.
See that works with them college girls and the younger girls, but when you get up into some of the older girls, that stuff doesn't work, man.
That shit works with older girls too. Here's the ultimate thing from the fat guy with the swagger, Bud Light. I mean, if all else fails, get them drunk, their panties will fall off of them. I bet C. Nanners went about this route too, but he wanted to be the gentleman and not give out the secret tip that'll always secure the pooty poo for you.
Oh boy, here it is.
Get them so fucking drunk they can't breathe.
Well, I mean, you could always just slip something in your drink and you just you go straight to the fucked up part.
You got to
do
sick.
What you got to do, my friends.
Hey, C. Nanners likes his wine. That's because it's so easy to dissolve a pill in.
All right, I didn't say that. Whoa, Adam, I did not say that.
All right. More seriously, if you want to get girls, confidence is part of it. Volume is part of it. Don't get hooked up on just one of them, which is the same as volume, really. But, put yourself out there. Go try. If you are 14, if you are 18, you're in this period where you're figuring out how to relate to women, but most likely women, where you're figuring out relationships and you're working your way through this. And you're not going to exit the whole process with your dignity intact. Put yourself out there every now and again, and you'll win some and you'll lose some. And then when your buddy says, like, hey, I heard you liked Lisa and it didn't work out, I'd be like, yeah, so what?
Lisa's a whore.
That hasn't happened to you? You know?
Yeah, see, you got to risk it, though. You know what I mean? If it's something worth doing, you've got to put it out there. I mean, I'll take all of those losses and all of those things that didn't work out just for that one that did. You know what I mean? You got to keep trying at it.
That's
think
what
the
I
point
wanted
is-
to say. You said it really well. You know, go ahead, freaking put yourself out there, make a go at it. And
your kill-death ratio in relationships doesn't matter. I think that's what we're going for here.
I think I'm gonna use the Hutch analogy here, even though I hate it in every other retrospect. That every sniper shot you don't take, you miss.
Yeah.
There you go. So make a go at it, see how it runs, and if you get a miss, the hell, what? Everybody misses. This is gonna
And
happen.
I mean, and sometimes it's hard to find roofies, so you've got to go to the veterinarian. Go to the vet. Go to the vet. Tell them that you work on a farm. And you have a small calf that you have to tranquilize. They'll give you the correct dosage for a 100-pound calf. Believe me. You can even rent the tranquilizer gun, so you don't have to sneak up on them. It's so easy.
That sounds like you've done that before. That's all I'm going to say.
You've just got to think ahead. That's all I'm saying.
That's premeditated.
Only if you get caught, my friend. Only if you get caught.
Have you guys heard of GameCrush.com?
No, I haven't.
No? Oh, so one of my subscribers told me to check this thing out and bring it up in the podcast. It's a website where you rent women to play games with you. So you can act like pimp on Xbox Live. It's $10 an hour, and these girls will play games with you. And they're women. They have mics, and they talk to you, and it's kind of like the whole girlfriend experience, but in gaming.
Oh, that's
what kind of fucking loser?
Desperate. Exactly.
Let me tell you this. Like, here's the thing with girls that are gamers. Like, on my friends list, I've got 25 friends on my friends list, and they're basically made up of people that I've known for years, YouTubers, and people who have paid. And I've got, I think, 4 girls on my friends list who I've known for a long time. And every time we're in a lobby, the fucking Xbox creeps come out. The anonymity of the internet is a disgusting thing, because like people go like, oh, wait a minute, the Pink Ranger, huh? I bet that's a girl. Yeah, yep. Her bio says Brittany. Yep. Let's get her. Like, what a bunch of fucking creepers.
I hear you. I also have 4 girls on my friends list, and there's 2 things I want to point out. One is, people do kind of say, like, hey, that's a girl. Like, oh my gosh, this is a totally foreign thing. But the other thing is the girls. I'm telling you, 75% of the girls I've played with are these, like, attention whores. They need it. They talk about their girlness all the time. Like, I give a crap. Like, I'm on Xbox to pick up women.
Wine and Blues' bio used to say, Xbox Live is not a dating service.
Nice.
Thought that was awesome.
But
to everybody out there listening, I know I appreciate Pone Star Pyre coming on, but I did say that we're going to try to get a whore for this week to be our guest, our guest on the podcast. I found one, but she wanted $150, which seemed incredibly excessive. And so I was not gonna pay $150, especially if I'm not getting any action. That was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
all right,
I'll keep looking for a whore.
When he told the story the first time, he was like, $150. I better be getting. What do you want, a BJ along with it?
Yeah, I want some. Give me some half and half or something. I don't want to be like $150 an hour. Like, all right, that's fine. What else do I get?
And yes, she wanted that to talk on the phone. And then what'd you call her?
The strawberry. Strawberry is somebody who has sex for drugs.
So how did you get in touch with her?
Craigslist.
Nice.
She lives in the area. I mean, $150 isn't that bad, maybe, So.
$150, damn. I must never bought hookers. That's expensive as fuck for an hour.
Yeah, I've never been with one either. So we went to the Dominican Republic, and it was on my friend's bucket list. Yeah, have you guys heard of the bucket list? Are you familiar with this? It's the list of things you want to do before you kick the bucket. And apparently getting with a Dominican Republic prostitute was on his list. And he didn't do it, though. If it's on a bucket list, I've got a little leeway for that. Let him go. But he didn't pull the trigger.
Oh, that's sad.
He says he's going to, that we're going to go back and it's going to happen.
Maybe he just did have an excuse to go back next time. That's probably what it was.
See, I'd be the complete opposite with that. I'd need to like go to like the fucking health center and be like, can we get a test here? I just don't want to go home with gonorrhea with this trip.
It was rampant, man. You could see there were a lot of women working, a lot of sex workers there, tons of them. And you see this guy, he's like, let's say 65 pounds overweight, 55 years old, and he's having lunch, and she's, he's white, she's black, she's 19, and she's tight. And I'm like, man, she's not there for free. There's no way.
I saw a situation like that in the mall one time. We were all sitting there, and we saw this older white guy with like a really young hot Asian chick, and I'm like, I wonder how much she cost. like
Gotta be.
It's definitely a mail order bride.
I think it's about time to rip into Porn Star now.
All right, then.
Oh, you know what? I was going to go first. Let me go first.
Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about work. So usually I let my the guest host choose my little rant, for the given week. But people go to CNanners and ask for girl advice. I get questions all the time about work advice. People who want to make their living with computers or whatever. And I thought I'd tell my story. It's not quite as entertaining as the other weeks, but here we go. So coming out of high school, my GPA was horrible. It was a 1.98. And I was just a terrible, terrible student.
Hold up. I thought you wanted to go first on ripping down into Porn Star.
Nope. I want to cover this topic first, because I think Post Star might help on it. And I don't know if it's ripping into Post Star. Do we even have to do that? So anyway, terrible GPA in high school. Only got into college off some good SAT scores and the fact that I could swim like a fish. And I got into college, and my major was undeclared. And after 2 years, my GPA was low because I got this is a better story, but I got thrown out of the dorms and it hurt my grades, and so my GPA was low and I couldn't get into the major I wanted, which was accounting. And so my father owns a small accounting firm, and I was always going to sort of go to the family business and take it over and whatever. So after 2 years of college, I switched. I went to night school, so I transferred to Drexel, and when that happened, I kind of cleaned up my act. And I started taking college really seriously. I got much better grades. And I worked during the day and went to college at night. And I did that for a long time. I think in my undergrad, it probably took me for 2 full-time years and probably maybe 7 more part-time years. So someone's got feedback on their mic. Kyle does? Kyle.
That fix it?
Yeah, it's better now.
Yep.
So anyway, I went to night school for 7 years, and during that time, I worked during the day as an accountant at first, but didn't like the job. Within 4 weeks of accounting, I started contributing to my retirement account like crazy because I wanted to retire as early as possible, and I didn't see any other out. I would drive to my job thinking to myself that if I got into a bad enough car accident, I would get time off from work. This is... And, I just detested everything about it. And I worked really hard. I probably worked about 120 hours, 110 hours maybe a week. And
110 hours a week? What the fuck you on?
Yeah, it was a lot. And that includes everything. I worked about 70 hours a week. I went to school, and I had a side business, all cooking at the same time. And
did you sleep?
Yeah, I actually got enough sleep. But the thing is, all I did was work and sleep. That was the only thing.
I'd be burned out in a week doing that.
Those
shit.
are FPS Kyle numbers you're working.
Really, you've done that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So I did it for I did it for 5 years or maybe longer. And it wasn't that I was exhausted. It was just that there was kind of a lack of happiness going on. There weren't the other things cooking for me that I like doing. So and as I worked as an accountant, what I did like was working with the computers. And I kind of became their computer guy, and their clients had computer issues, or they'd see the systems that I set up in our own office and ask who their guy was and if they could use him too, and it was me. So I would go to client sites and do that, and eventually turned into my side business. And what I did was simple by today's standards, really. I would network small offices together, doctors, dentists, small manufacturing companies, things like that. I'd network their computers together. I'd help them make product selections on what to buy, what printers they needed, get them shared up and stuff like that. And that was my side business. So computers I loved. And then gradually my career sort of drifted there too. First I'm an accountant, and then I'm like a call center guy who takes help calls over the phone for accounting software. And then, I moved from that to some other, I'm writing software having to do with accounting until I was finally able to free myself from accounting entirely and just work on tech stuff. And then, because my degree was MIS is like it's a computer/business degree, and I had these ideas that, maybe there were holes in my knowledge that weren't plugged. So that's when I picked up a computer science master's degree. And my takeaway from the whole thing is that it's not too late. Like, I've listened to a couple of commentaries lately. One of them was Crunkskunk, and I hope the message finds him. That I think he described himself as a college dropout, and wasn't really happy with how his career was going at the time. And I look at that and I think, you got plenty of time left, right? The guy's got like 60 more years to live. Do what you want to do. Go to school. Get a job. Get a career. Your objective here is to be so good at something that people line up to pay you $100, $150 grand a year. And if you want to make more than that, then you got to be self-employed, by and large. But and then look at what those things are. You need to have a skill that people will pay for, and hopefully you at least somewhat enjoy it. So find that and then go after it. That's how we're.
Or you could rob a bank.
Kyle, how do you make money?
With a really expensive printer.
No, more seriously. How do you get a good career? What do you do?
Well, first of all, you got to find something that you don't mind absolutely devoting yourself to fully. Something that you don't mind coming in on working on Christmas Day, which I've done probably 5 or 6 times, and I'm only 24. And then you've actually got to be good at it. So it's got to be something that you enjoy and that you're good at. I think you mentioned that. And you have to devote yourself to it. And, I mean, that still doesn't mean that you're going to be successful at it. It's just, I was really good at talking to people. I was really good at lying to people. So I sold a lot of cars. I sold a lot of, I was really good at, just making people buy stuff all the time. And that's just, it's where I found myself to be successful, is just getting Joe Schmo to pay $400 for something that literally doesn't exist. An imaginary product called, we had this product called Permaplate, which is, we told them it was a fabric protectant for your car. We didn't even put it on the cars. We sold it for $750. And, I got 30% of that.
I bet I could talk you to 500. I could talk you down.
Oh, yeah, of course you can, because it doesn't cost shit. Sure, 500 for nothing. Sounds like a good deal to me. Because after you get out of here, I got 10 more customers coming. I'm going to sell it to them, too. I really enjoyed selling stuff. I probably could have sold makeup. It doesn't matter. I just like selling stuff.
Yep. Having a passion for what you do is a big part of it. If you don't like it, then you're not likely to really go after it and devote yourself 100% to it. You can make, 45 grand by just checking into work, turning your brain off, and not giving a damn about it. But if it's something that you're thinking about in the shower and looking forward to going to, then you're a different kind of employee. Or if you own the place, that's different yet too. You have a passion for what you're doing. It makes a big difference. And probably a lot of you, if you're young, are like, man, there's nothing I have a passion for. I don't really like this. I can't imagine myself in an office. What I wanted to do when I was 17 was be a ski instructor during the day and a bartender at night. And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
My father kind of talked me out of that. And I look back and think of the life I'd have, and I don't think it'd be a really good one. It might be a decent phase, to have in your life. But that is not the glamorous dream that you're after. What were you going to say, Kyle?
I was just going to say, people who, don't have a dream or, they can't think of that thing that's going to make them really happy, it's not always about the job. It's about what the job gets you. I would say about 90% of guys my age like vagina. So you're going to need some money to get the vagina. So you just got to, you've got to, while you're at work and you're doing that job you hate, you're like, I'm going to get some pussy tonight with this money. This is going to be great. And, you just keep shoveling coal or whatever the fuck your job is, keep walking the dogs for the old lady in the neighborhood, because there's a whore in South Carolina who will do half and half for $150 an hour. Keep that in mind. She won't come on your podcast for any less either.
Yeah, that's a good point, by the way. Having a job that makes you some money opens up some opportunities to have a good time. You can go on vacations. You can experience things. You can have a boat. You can have.
John.
You can have. Kyle can insist that you can get women much hotter than you if you're rich. So go for this, and you might find these office jobs. Accounting wasn't for me, but there are people who do like that job. There are people who love computers. There are people who love, I don't know, making movies or editing or whatever. When you find yourself in an office working on a project with a team of people that you respect, it might not be the ski instructor job that you thought it was, but I promise you that job's not perfect either. And you can kind of get motivated and into your work, even when it's in an office.
Yeah, I'll tell you the job that I've always wanted. This like my dream job. I always loved paintball, and I still love paintball. Like that's like my passion. Like if I could play paintball all day, that's what I'd do. Because it's like a video game, except you actually get to hurt the little bitches that want to camp in corners. So, my dream was always to own my own indoor paintball course and like to be able to like design the whole thing myself and like, have like every day basically have 20 or 30 little kids to like hang out with and shoot. Because like. I mean, we were addicted to paintball. Like we worked out with the purpose of being better paintball players. Like football players like work out and like, all right, it's gonna be nice. Got to get my 40-yard time down or whatever. No, we're trying to get our 100-yard time better so we can run down the side of that paintball field. Like we took it seriously. I mean, I had a shirt that said I shoot children for fun, and I wore it at the paintball course, and I was like 19. Parents did not like that, but I mean I just knew that wasn't going to pan out because of the economics and the area that I live in, and I mean basically like to be successful at that you would have to basically have like $400,000 to start out with because you got to be in a metro area like where the property's going to be like fucking $250,000 for a tiny little lot, and then you've got to remodel. It's just going to be a huge amount of money, and it doesn't work.
See, that's one thing I want to thank you guys for is I've been sitting here listening to you guys about that, and I'm 21 years old. I put up a video recently about I've been playing a little bit too much of video games, and I haven't found what I need to do, and I'm trying to shape up. I've had anxiety, and a lot of things hold me back in life, and I don't want to use that as a crutch or an excuse anymore. And I'm trying to find my calling now, and I'm trying to make my way. And I'm glad you guys are out here, talking to these people and actually, encouraging everybody to pursue what is necessary to make it in life, and that's pretty cool.
So what's the anxiety thing about? Like, it's not something I can relate to. I watched
you just skip me. What the fuck?
Wings. The way this podcast works is you got to man up and get in there. We skipped Star too. I skipped Kyle. Get in.
See, you guys got a whole different phrase. Kyle, he's talking about, go to work for the pussy, and you're talking about you want to do something you love. See, me, I just want a job where I'm not looked over, every minute of the day. I can't stand when somebody lorders over me. I always want to be like my own boss, do my thing. As long as my work's done, they leave me the fuck alone. That's the kind of job I like.
That's somehow I am. That's what I did. I worked at a car wash, and it was decent pay. But I can't stand a lot of people, like people as a whole. A couple of people is one thing, but when you deal with like all kinds of people at once, like working at a store or something like that, or dealing with phones or something like that, I can't handle people like that. I just like to do my own thing, You
just gotta like face your fear with that. I used to be like selling cars. You basically it's basically like people have anxiety about like walking up to a woman and talking to her. Imagine doing that 10 times a day, every day as your job, because that's basically what you're doing as a car salesman. You got to walk up to somebody who does not want to talk to you, and you got to make them do something they don't want to do. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as going up to an attractive woman.
It sounds like a thrill.
But see, I watched Pone Star for Hire's video about anxiety, and he's not coming from the same place as you. He's not coming from that typical talking to girls is hard thing. He has a Pone Star, talk about it. You have a whole different outlook on what it's like to be around strangers.
It's I've dealt with a lot of things in my life, and it could be meshed in between fear and I guess anxiety, a lot of different things. There's a lot of things I'm really comfortable in life. I never had a problem talking to girls or anything like that. I don't have a problem talking to one or two people, but just for an example, I went to my girl's graduation a couple of days ago, and I was in a massive group of people. I mean, they're all focused on everybody up there. I had to get out of there. There's a lot of things.
That's called
Heck.
social anxiety disorder. That's not. That's not. I mean,
But I've got like
that's a medical problem. You need to see a doctor.
Have you ever talked to anyone about it, Polestar?
No, it's not necessarily something I wanted to open up to, but
It ain't
You know, I
bad.
gotta
Just
face it, you know.
They put you on some Paxil and it basically opens you up.
Trust me, I'm on a lot of drugs. I can do pretty much whatever I want.
That's how Kyle became a social badass. Little Paxil, little Prozac, little Zoloft, and he's on it.
More
Yeah,
like lorazepam and.
Are those real things, Kyle?
Huh?
Do you take something?
Oh yeah, man.
Really? So you
With a quart of malt liquor, son.
A little lorazepam, some Paxil. You
What
are
do they do?
smoothed out.
What do they do, Kyle? Talk.
I think just antidepressants and tranquilizers. Good stuff.
Do
Help
you ever
deal
look
with
to get off
Modern
it, or
Warfare
is
2.
it you see it as a lifetime solution?
I see it as a performance enhancing drug.
Okay.
I can all right. Like I used to play poker for really really high stakes, where you could lose $10,000 in a hand.
Mm-hmm.
The average person, they're sitting there like shaking, literally. You take some lorazepam, man. You're sitting there, and you're like,
Make your
fuck
move,
yeah.
baby.
Let's do this. Like you could be bluffing and pushing $3 or $4 grand in front of the guy, and you're just like, whatever happens, happens.
Man
Just do
up,
it.
son. Man up.
You know it's the right move in your head. So that's I don't know. It's good stuff.
So
I
Polestar,
got some good. I got some advice from Polestar. If what you're going through is social anxiety disorder, like it sounds like it is, a YouTube channel might not be for you, because what is it going to end up doing? Because I know you're talking up the big game now that we all talk about. Woody was like this. I'm not sure Kyle was, but I was like this. You know, I'm going to play with my subscribers. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's just the same thing as like your parents. When you're growing up as a kid and your parents punish you for something, you're like, well, I'm never going to do that to my children. And then you get in their shoes. And then you're like, man, I understand where they're coming from now. Well, let me tell you, owning a YouTube channel, you see the worst in everybody that you ever meet. And you'll actually lose faith in humanity if you get where I'm coming from with this.
Polestar, how big is your channel?
How many what?
How many subs do you have at the moment?
5K. I think I just hit 5K today.
Yeah, I remember 5K. At 5K, there's you have a connection to your subs. And at 5K, you know a lot of them. And it's kind of like a group, and you're all on the same team. At 45K, that's when you learn that there are some people who will carjack the Meals on Wheels van. I will sit there, like that, I did a sharing gamer tags thing, right? And the idea was, playing with other people is fun. When you roll in a party, it's better. You'll meet new people. Modern Warfare is a much better game. Heck, Modern Warfare, Halo, Battlefield, they're all much better games when you have friends to do it together with. And you'll win more, which also, for me, is a big part of the fun. And so I tried to put people together. And, man, I made it so that you could edit your data, and people went in there and edited other people's data and just ruined it and vandalized it. I don't think anybody's gamer tag is really "fuck you, Woody," and his time zone is "I'm gonna troll you." So there are guys out there, and I was trying to do a good thing. I was trying to help people. I was trying to connect them, and when you find enough people, you're going to find people who do that. So, look, the bulk of my subs are really good to me. My last video got a lot of positive feedback, despite the fact that I can't sing. But there are guys.
What,
out there
hit that
who
high
just
note
don't
for
get
us
it.
again?
I'm trying to remember my lyrics.
Woody was struggling with the high note of
Dude, it was like,
It was so
It wasn't even
bad.
that. You need to get that much into it. He's like,
No, man, I was in it. That was full effort right there. I did not hold back anything.
come on, hit a high note for us, Woody.
Hold on, I'm pulling up the lyrics right now.
You don't need lyrics to hit a high note. You'd be like,
what's that song when it's like, la 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 la? Sing that one, because that one's got some uber high notes in it. Is that
when they go,
yeah, and it's like,
I genuinely don't know your crazy songs. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Ooh, here it is. Oh, don't despair. Whoa, you better beware. I'm your daddy and you're in my crosshairs. Oh, you just can't compare.
He's cracking it. He's like, oh, I actually have to take my finger and go in my throat to crack that. You can't be like, oh, there's life out there. You know, come on, Woody, you can't crack up like that.
Little Excalisaur's moment.
Yeah, that guy's voice used to crack all the time. It was endearing to me, though.
Yeah, I like it.
Maybe it's because I used to be a lead singer of a death metal band that actually hold a high note. I don't know.
Yeah. Polestar. So,
Yeah.
What holds you back from talking to someone, whether it be a psychologist or a psychiatrist, getting drugs? Like, what made you never get any help on this?
I'd say it. I don't really know how to explain it. There's a couple of things that I've just not found out about myself, and it's I don't like having to admit that I've done something wrong. I mean, of course, if I do something wrong, you know, there's the typical things. Oh, you made a mistake or something. I'd like to. I'm stubborn. I'd like to solve it and do it myself. I don't want to. And I'm just realizing that that's not going to work. I do need help, and I need to. I need to do this. There's a reason they're out there, and I need to focus on me. I've got my life ahead of me, and I think it was just a fear. I didn't want to think. I told myself over and over, there's nothing wrong with me. I just need to try harder or something like that. And it wasn't that simple. It's hard to explain, I guess.
So you don't have.
Do you live near like a
I can break this
college?
down for you.
I just have the wings with all the answers.
Yeah, I can break this down for you because I used to be the same way. I'm a big guy and I used to be very self-conscious about my weight. I still am to an extent, but I don't let it get to the point where it hinders me socially or anything of that nature. You know how I broke that bind? Broke that cycle. I live in Myrtle Beach, or I live close to Myrtle Beach, and you get to see a lot of girls on the beach, with the titties all hanging out the bra and shit. But I've seen this 350, 400 pound, like 5'5" girl in a string bikini. I mean, she had the stomach roll over the thong, and the thong disappeared in her ass. You pretty much didn't know she had a bottom on.
Nice.
And I'm sitting there. Most people would look at it and they're disgusted. I'm looking at it if she is willing to do that, why can't I? I mean, it's not like people are going by and giving her the mean look. People are going to be kosher to you no matter what. I mean, it's just ingrained in them. Like Woody, for example. Woody cannot bring it to himself to hey, Pawn Star, you're ugly and your teeth are yellow. You don't get that response from him.
It's
not gonna happen.
I don't think it's necessarily that's the thing is I don't think it's a self-esteem or I'm self-conscious or anything like that.
It is a self-esteem issue.
I think it might be a little bit more like claustrophobia.
Yeah,
because
yes,
I'm definitely okay with people. That's definitely what it is. I love to joke around. I didn't have a problem coming on here. I love meeting people. It's just giant groups of people. I don't have a problem being accepted. I've got a very open thinking mind about a lot of things, so I don't necessarily think it's along with that. I'm okay with myself. Any sort of things. I'm disappointed in my decisions I've made, but I don't think I'm regretful or worrisome about anything being accepted like the self-conscious or anything like that. I don't think that's really a big factor to me. In
an earlier podcast, I mentioned that I got thrown out of the dorms, and I had this roommate who tried to kill himself every week. And he had a 4.0 GPA in college, and he ended up dropping out, and it was because of his social anxiety. And he just had a hard time dealing with it. In the building in the middle of campus was called the Student Center, and it had a bookstore and an arcade and cafeteria, and it was just kind of a place where people waited between classes or whatever. And he would find himself in the Student Center shoulder to shoulder with, say, 35 people. And I found him once, in the fetal position, just not able to handle it. So I think he was a lot more extreme than you, Pone Star. But it did give me an awareness of what happens. There's some people who find themselves in a crowd, and like Kyle said, it's kind of a claustrophobia or a fear of heights type thing, where it's a different uncontrollable just anxiety that you have a hard time working with.
It's a better urge than what I get. See, when I get in a crowded room like that, I don't clam up anymore. I think about what if I was going to kill everybody in the room, what would be the most effective way? Come on, nobody else has done that.
Bomb vest.
Well,
Like,
okay,
I had a couple
It
frag
was-
grenades. And
Collateral.
well, then
Oh
what
my God,
what
that
would be
bang
some
bat went off that
advice?
pillar.
What was that,
What would
Poe?
be, like, what would that be? Some sort of advice. I want some sort of like thing or some suggestion from each one of you. What do you think I should do to try to work that out? I mean, of course, you've mentioned you know getting checked out, but is there anything else you'd like to like advise or suggest?
See, I
Drink heavily.
one of my close friends, actually the same guy I mentioned that had the prostitute on his bucket list. He has anxiety issues, and he took. I'm trying to remember what the drug, Lexapro, and Lexapro was just a fix-it for him. He would sit there, and for him it wasn't crowds. It was all kinds of things. He would worry about anything happening in his life, things that weren't extreme. Did he pay the phone bill on time? He would worry, do the tires have enough air in them? All sorts of little things would pretty much keep him up at night. Purchasing decisions. This guy would put 6 hours into, little $20 items that he would want to buy, and like research into selecting, all the competitive analysis and things like that. And then he took Lexapro, and it changed him. Like some of these things out there will really, really do it. But you don't want me prescribing anything. I would talk to a counselor, and see what he thinks.
Yeah, you don't want Woody prescribing you drugs. What you want is about 30 milligrams of Lexapro, 10 milligrams of lorazepam. You take 2 lorazepams a day, one at about 10 a.m., one at about 5 p.m. You're good to go.
Drink alcohol after them too.
Oh yeah, you want to smooth them out with a little scotch. Day goes
You're like,
by.
what?
Yeah.
House burning down? I'll buy another one.
Kyle.
For real.
Pretty much
Like
agree.
something bad will happen. It'll be like like your dog will die. You're like, damn, I like that dog.
So let me see. Shucks, I guess I just suck at joking around. Kyle, when you come off these things, sometimes they get brain freezes. Have you ever heard of that term?
Why would you come off them?
You get addicted to them.
I was going to ask do you have any experience coming off them?
Well, no, you get addicted to them. You got to keep taking them. You can't just stop. You can't just stop
You get
taking them.
dependent on them. I mean, you get severe bouts of depression if you come off of them.
Absolutely.
I used to be on packs for the same thing, social anxiety disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Most of mine came from playing a lot of video games when I was younger, and I didn't really have any social skills whatsoever. But kind of broke the barrier through just basically forcing myself to be in those fetal position moments. It's like fear of heights. You're never going to get over fear of heights if you sit on the ground.
See, the Lexapro, that's the one I know about through my friend. And depression isn't really one of the side effects off of it, but you get a brain freeze, and he had a real hard time describing it. It was short, and like it's short as in duration. It would last less than 5 seconds, and his mind would just blank, like his world went white, and then he'd be back, and that's why he had to wean off it really slowly.
I get really irritable, really, I'll just fucking start a fight or something if I don't take them. Like you
play Modern Warfare 2 the entire day.
Yeah, it's like not like going off your antidepressants is like playing Modern Warfare 2 for 5 hours straight in ground war.
So, all right, next question, Kyle. Is it good to be on them?
Yeah, why not?
That's the Paxil or whatever you take in talking. Oh yeah, there's no problems here. We're all happy.
Buy more Pfizer. Buy Pfizer stock. Buy more. It's good stuff, man. Smooth you right on out.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to look into something like that then, I guess.
You don't even
I got
have
a
to stop.
question.
There's always
I
I got a
something.
question for you.
Something.
You say you have anxiety around large crowds and things of that nature, but you say you have a girlfriend, which that's one of the more determined, aspects of social acceptance. How did that turn about?
Like I said, I'm really, really weird. I can handle 1 or 2, 3 people at a time, but you get me in any sort of, that's why I didn't party when I was growing up. I didn't do any of that stuff. There's a lot of things that have held me to anxiety. I'm 21 years old and I don't drive. I've got a fear of driving, and this has held me back. And it was I was 19 years old the first time I got behind the wheel of a car, and it's the most overwhelming. I can't even explain it. It's
Feels
the
like
biggest,
you're driving a boat. Well, I
no,
guess
I wish I could explain this. I mean, a lot of people don't understand what I do because a lot of people don't deal with the kind of anxiety I do, and everybody is different with their anxiety. Everything's different. It could be numerous things, and it's just limited me so much in my life. It's just become overwhelming, and I just never wanted to accept it. I didn't want to have to depend on something else or medicine or anything like that because I don't want to feel like there's something wrong with me. You know what I mean? Everybody else, I've got this fear of driving and all these things that are so simple for all these other people, and they look at me like, why the hell can't you just fucking drive? I just don't know what it is, and
Let me
I
ask
just
you
get
this.
judged so much for it, you know?
Do you have a source of income?
Not at the current time, no, I don't.
All right. You have any way of getting money?
I work with some friends occasionally part time. It's rough work, but you know it gets some money.
All right. Here's what you need to do whenever you get some time or catch a ride. You need to shoot a gun. You don't need to buy one. I mean, you don't need to buy one. I strongly suggest do not buy one with your current state of affairs. But you need to shoot one.
Where are you in the country, by the way?
I'm in Ohio.
Oh, done.
Perfect.
If you were nearby, there's plenty of people on this call who take you shooting.
I mean, seriously, you seem like you're stressed out. You just need to feel the power of a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you never have from the way I'm talking to you.
It makes you feel like a man.
No, I
Tell you what,
haven't.
you're afraid of those big crowds?
I'm not like
If you're
I'm
packing
not
heat, that big
necessarily
crowd, not anymore.
unstable or anything like that. I'm not really. I mean, occasionally I can come off depressed. I'm really
So
happy.
you're scared of a car because the car has so much energy. I remember the same feeling. See, I got over it real quick. When you press the gas pedal, it's like, whoa! Whoa! It's like,
Is
you get
that
over
it? Is it the car and its energy, or is it a different sort of vibe, like a...
I don't know what
It's
it
a lot
is.
of power. It's like a new feeling. It's like so
hard to
much
explain.
power under you. You're
Is
like
it the-
harnessing it. That's what it was for me.
Lone Star, would you say it's the car or the world around the car that's the bigger issue?
I don't know what it is. See,
Okay.
what makes it so unusual is it's not the car. I don't think it's that. I think it's me being behind the wheel because I could be in the passenger seat. You know, that's what is in my mind. That's how I know it's in my
There's a
mind.
difference between in the passenger seat and when
I
you
know.
put on the gas. And
So
that's
I don't
because
think it's driving. It's just
you're actually harnessing all that energy from that gasoline, and it's a new experience, and you hate change.
well. Let's just say then. I've driven hundreds of times. It just took me a long time to get behind the wheel. I just can't like. And every time I do it, I thought I'm finally doing it. I'm finally doing it. I'm driving here to there. I could only drive down the street, and then it started to go. I can get to work and back and stuff like that. But the feeling stays with me the whole time, and I don't know what the hell it is. It's so unusual. It's a fear before I get into the car because I know I got to deal with this feeling. But the feeling when I'm doing it, it's not necessarily a fear. It's hard to explain. I mean, I'm afraid to get into the car because I know that I'm going to have that awkward, uncomfortable feeling. And I'm comfortable driving. I'm a very good driver. I enjoy it to a point. It's just uncomfortable. I don't know. It's just really hard to explain.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, man.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. It's held me back. It's held me back a lot, and I obviously need some help with that stuff.
So-
I don't think I'm like unstable or anything like that. I'm a very happy person. I like to goof around. I love my friends, my family, my girl. I love what I have in my life, and I'm grateful for everything. It's not like I'm all sorts of pissed off at myself for not being able to do things or anything like that. I'm a very happy person.
How's the girl help you work through this stuff? Like, to me, one of the roles of your partner in life, your anybody's partner in life, is how you feel about yourself. How she should be making you more than you were before. How's she doing in there?
She's incredible. I gave up so much for her. I never did the single life thing. I waited for this girl. I waited 19 years, and I was looking for the one thing. I've seen so many bad things in my life, the drugs and stuff like that. I've not been in the best neighborhoods, and my mom's not chosen the best guys in her life. So I've dealt with a lot of things, and I just wanted to be everything that my parents weren't. And my mom loves me to death, and my dad really wasn't there for me. And she wants to she's just, tried so hard in her life. It's gotten to the point where she doesn't like guide me or anything like that. And that's where Amanda steps in. She's there to comfort me, to support me, to boost me, to help. She pretty much completes me and just, is there to help in every sort of way possible. And that's something I really needed. I might seem a little depressed and iffy and troubled now, but if you would have seen me before I met this girl, man, you'd have been like, yeah, I'm really doing a lot better, and it's completely her to blame for that, and I'm really grateful. That's what it is. Friends and family and stuff like that. That's rare, and when you have somebody that supports you that much, it's just an amazing feeling. I'm just happy for it.
All right.
All right, we're pushing the time here.
We are. We're at about an hour and 10 minutes, hour 15.
All right. Anybody anything to leave on a more positive note?
I'm searching for something. Maybe go pwn some noobs on the new map pack?
Modern Warfare 2 sucks.
Modern Warfare 2 does indeed suck.
And it's about $150, so there you go.
Yep.
What's $150?
Kyle's friend.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll go out with this one. We're still looking for a girl that has the ability as a sex worker, or maybe a girl that's had experience as a sex worker at one point in time.
Or a phone sex operator.
Or a phone sex operator. If you happen to be a phone sex operator and you want to build your clientele up with 60,000 underage boys
who have access to their parents' credit cards.
No. My ideal person in this would be someone who used to do it. Someone, who's been through it and is out of it and kind of look at it retrospectively. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
No, I want somebody who's still out on the street. At the end of a podcast, they're like, all right, I got to get out of here. I got to get out on the street. I got to get some rock.
You're taking that crack in me. Woo.
You guys aren't going to heaven.
I love crack whores.
All right, then. I
All
hope
right.
you guys enjoyed the podcast.
Later, guys.
Thank you.
There you go.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Painkiller Already, episode 8. And today we got two guests since I guess Kyle forgot what day of the week it is. We have returning in the green and the white and the orange, the returning champion, Bashir. Give yourself up.
Yeah, what up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bash.
He's the token black guy for the podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
And our other guest needs no introduction. Who else we got?
Obvious we played. How you guys doing?
Super
Oh, stop that.
Vince just talks super fast all the time.
Actually, the reason why I started doing that, guys, is just because my gameplay sometimes is boring because I'm stealth, like I'm moving around the level, so let's just speed it up. And,
I hear you. And I do it like I once told a guy to sit down, and I felt like
Yeah.
and I did like 90 seconds worth of, hey, I want you guys to know I'm not making fun of him, this and that. 'Cause, dude, I don't want the Blade posse after me. I'll get knifed.
Dude,
Will.
my fans are crazy. Like the sheer numbers are it's retarded. Like how like there was a situation with me versus the Next Gen Tactics, which we're not going to talk about, and everything's cool between me and them. But when they made a video basically bashing me, there were so many people over there that were just like on them. Like I'm like, okay, well I got like a nice little following of knifers behind me, which is kind of cool. And at the same time, it's like, don't worry, guys. This is,
I had a similar thing
PS3.
happening, but they couldn't tell we were joking. FPS Kyle and I had this Civilizations Revolution, drama building up. And we're actually friends, but I swear sometimes subs can be emotionally retarded. And they're going after Kyle like, fuck you, man, you're a fag. What, he's gonna kick your ass, and you suck,
Yeah.
how come you're dodging him? And, it's like, man, you don't get it. Like, this is how we have fun with each other.
yeah. I mean, it's cool that there's the support, but also at the same time, it's like the blind support's kind of crazy at the same time, though. You know what I mean?
I appreciate the support, but sometimes that support comes in the form of 40, 50,000 people at a schoolyard chanting "fight, fight, fight," and it's like, no, we're actually friends. Stop telling us to fight. We're just having fun. People cursed out Onslaught. How do they not know that a power ballad to Living on a Prayer is not in fun? But
my favorite was when I made up like an alter ego called Blunt Smoking Anus Destroyer. And, my favorite one was when I got messages, like I got maybe 5 or 6 messages and they were along the lines of, hey man, don't let him get you down. Blunt Smoking Anus Destroyer, he's just an asshole. Don't let him get you down. I'm like, okay, I'll try not to let him get to me. You know? I'll try not to let myself get to myself. That's pretty much what I have to do. So.
Nice.
Well, you gotta remember, some of these subscribers are young, right? Like, you got like 13, 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
So they don't even understand.
Yeah, they're still getting a grip on the whole relationships thing.
Yeah, which is it's not it's cool that we have like the young crowd, but I find that we I find myself censoring myself, which is not a good thing because a lot of times I want to talk about stuff that 13-year-olds don't necessarily want to talk about, or if they do want to talk about, it's like the bad crowd or something. You know what I mean? Like I want to talk about going out and getting fucked up and banging whores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you can't.
So I leave the adult topics for the podcast and the one video I put on Hutch's channel, which was
all right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Now, speaking of Hutch,
Oh, good lord.
Oh, no.
Speaking of Hutch and these guys-
Don't.
Oh,
Dude, you're not going to
no.
speak ill of God, are you? This is the man.
Hey, I don't have a Twitter account.
I'm not
I
co-signing.
know everything that comes off Hutch's Twitter account. That's how fucking subscribers are.
I think it was on his
Hutch mentions me,
Facebook.
I have 18 fucking things in my box. Hutch calling you out, boy.
Did he?
Time to get on.
Yeah.
Let's call you out.
He did on Facebook.
The only
He
thing
said,
I
Twitter
saw
be
was
timbers. Jesus.
He wrote "Oh dear" in a YouTube comment. But "Oh dear's" kind of cool, no?
I like how Hutch can make a 2-word comment and it's like,
Oh yeah, I know.
it's situation overload for people. It's like, oh my god, he said, oh dear.
I know. Dude, Obama could
trying to
stop
read
by
into
and make
the
a
shit.
comment. People would skip over it and get to
I know.
Hutch's.
Obama, you're a noob. Listen to Hutch.
I think you should go and maybe try to get a Senate run here to put together in California. Isn't Schwarzenegger going down soon?
So,
Wouldn't
I'm
be surprised if he got voted in.
Like, I actually do that sometimes. Like, sometimes I will comment on the most random shit that has nothing to do with Call of Duty. And then I'll just see the onslaught of views and the onslaught of people going, yeah, I totally agree, but what does this have to do with Call of Duty? I'm like, you guys are stalkers. Like, stop.
Yeah, I see that a lot. Like, I'll see my sub box and I'll see, Only Use Me Blade tape. They go comment on a random video, and then someone will just post thumbs this up if Only Use Me Blade sent you here.
Yeah. Getting bored as fuck from that. I'm sorry.
yeah, this is one of the reasons people don't like you.
No, I don't know, guys. I'm not a gamer. Like,
Technically, the SR-71 was made before the Stealth Bomber. Stealth Bomber is the successor to it, but it was like a first prototype. It's made by the same company. Huh?
why don't you become like a history teacher, Wings? Like,
Because that requires degrees, and I didn't get a degree in education.
Hey, it's never too late. You saw those advertisements, man.
yeah.
It is never too late.
Too late.
School forever.
You can get online, get your college degree from Phoenix Online.
Phoenix, yeah.
Online.
There you are.
I'm
you go.
sure. Well,
Man,
you're
Captain
probably
Young.
right. Where I live at, a degree of Phoenix Online would look pretty good.
How about this? I'm actually interested in this because I don't know. How about everyone say where you don't have to necessarily say the city, but the state that you guys all hail from or where you guys all live at.
I'll go first.
South Carolina.
I'm curious about this, so.
So I grew up in Jersey, and I moved to
Mhm.
North Carolina like 11, 12 years ago.
Right on. Wings?
Conway, South Carolina.
Okay.
Bash. Think it through,
Toronto.
Bash.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Ooh.
And Blade?
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. So it's only 8 p.m. there.
Yeah, oh, it's still early, bro. I'm watching Sunday right now.
Seattle, Washington, and you're rooting for the Celtics.
Well, let me just say something real quick. First off, Kobe Bryant's a bitch.
Oh,
And second of all, no, for real, the biggest whining, complaining asshole in the game ever. The guy's a complete douchebag, and I hope he gets AIDS. Not in a bad way, but I honestly do hope he gets AIDS. And also,
in a good way, though.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, in a good way. I hope he gets AIDS. Like I don't want him to like go straight from AIDS to HIV. I want him to like get AIDS, maybe play like be like half a. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really know. But, okay, I know. Doesn't it go AIDS HIV to AIDS, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has to enjoy it.
I want him to get HIV, and then be forced to retire, and then get AIDS, and then die, and then I don't have to listen to him ever again. And the reason why I'm rooting for the Celtics is because of Ray Allen, and I've been watching Ray Allen since. Oh, okay. So what's the part number for the Model AK?
Oh, that was awesome.
All I'm gonna say just to end it is if you think Kobe Bryant is a douchebag, then what is Kevin Garnett? He is the biggest douchebag in the league.
Kevin Garnett doesn't really bother me though. Like,
who gives a fuck how a guy acts? If he can play ball, he can play fucking ball.
Then Kobe wins the argument every time. Then Kobe wins that argument.
Straight.
I'm not taking anything away from Kobe. He's an exceptional player. Kobe would beat me in a one-on-one game 100 out of 100 times. That's not the point. The point is he's a fucking douchebag. And
douchebag has nothing to do with his ability to play basketball. I'm sorry.
And I was giving him the full respect. He's a very good basketball player. But he's a whiner, he's a complainer, and he's an actor. He deserves an Oscar for some of the fouls that he pretends to get and he goes the foul line for more than he deserves.
It's not his fault. It's the ref's fault. Everyone fakes it.
But wait a minute. You've hazed him a whole lot for the way that he talks to the refs, yet you let that whole rape thing slide.
Every athlete catches a rape charge now and again.
Yeah, it's what is that called? Like coming of age?
I gotta
or
go. I gotta go with this on this
a
side.
rite of passage. You catch the rape case if you're a professional basketball player. That's just a rite of passage.
Oh God.
I mean,
But also think
true.
about it though. Okay, Kobe Bryant's like a 6'6" black guy, and the girl was like a 5'0" white girl. Of course, there's going to be vaginal bruising. You know what I mean?
But she had 3 different types of sperm in her underwear. So what about that?
That's just a nasty bitch. That's just a nasty bitch. Well, that's not. That's just, you need to do laundry. That's all that is.
That's what it is.
But I'm not going to bring up the rape case. Everyone knows it.
I got a question like this.
But like, I'm not, and here's the thing, the reason why I don't want to bring up the rape case is because I don't want to bring up anything from that. I'm just talking about his demeanor and his attitude on the basketball court. Yeah, I wish he lived in New York so that he can get drunk and fall in the subway and die. Like, that's pretty much my feeling on it.
All best wishes to the Bryant family from Painkiller Already.
Absolutely.
All right. I think it's time for my story. So
Story time.
Let's let the guests choose.
Okay, can we sit Indian style?
Here are the titles of my stories that I'm prepared to tell. Woody Saves 130 Lives. Getting Thrown Out of the College Dorms and How I Met My Wife. My First Apartment, Woody's Adventure in Poverty. My First Visit to a Jail Cell. Worst Beating Ever.
Jail cell.
The jail cell?
Jail cell. Yeah.
Or you could tell the story about how you got thrown out of the dorms, but try to not mention how you met your wife stuff. Just the dorm part. If you could do that.
Let's come to a consensus here. Bash Blade.
Jail.
It's not the...
Jail. I'm going
I want
jail.
the poverty story.
Jail.
The poverty story's...
Jail.
It's got cred, but all right.
We got 2 out of 3 saying jail.
Yeah, the story is done.
Did you get some tits drawn on your back and a little magic marker on your butt?
No. So I hope the title never do it. But here's the deal. So I'm in high school, and there's this guy that I hardly knew. I guess he was an acquaintance. You know, and we
can call him gym teacher. Okay, let's go.
So we got along, but we weren't like tight or anything. We talked in school, but not out of it. And he went to a party.
They were very loose, faggoty friends.
He went to a party with these college kids, and I guess he talked to somebody's girl. He didn't score. He didn't do anything like over the top. He saw a pretty girl who was at the party. He talked her up, and then the college guys beat the hell out of him for talking to the wrong girl. I guess she was somebody's boyfriend. And he came to school the next day, and he had some of the blackest black eyes that you've ever seen, and his nose was broken in a couple places. And he had this, like, L-shaped piece of plastic on his nose so that it would hold its structure as it healed. And the whole high school was enraged.
So he's walking it off, is what you're saying. He's walking it off.
Yeah, he's walking it off. Right, a little trip to the E-room, and then the next day he's back in school, or maybe he missed a day, and he is the victim of a pretty good beatdown. So
I'd have missed a day looking for a lead pipe.
that's about where we're headed on this. So like the whole high school sees this, and he's a likable, friendly guy. And I don't know, maybe 400 of us decide that we're going to get back at these guys. And after school ends, there's like a riot headed toward the house of the scene of the crime here. So I get there, and I guess I'm kind of a jackass because I'm near the front of the riot, looking forward to this thing. And when we show up at the house, they're not there. So there's nobody to beat up, and we're all kind of shrugging our shoulders, not quite sure what to do. And this 85-pound girl grabs the this rental real estate sign from the front of it and starts bashing the windows of the house. So so she sort of incites everyone, all right, the renters aren't here, so clearly the next thing to do is beat up the house that they're staying in. So I sort of stand there dumbfounded as people start pouring into the doors as quickly as people can pour into a house. And
you walk away and say you took part in it.
Would have been a better move. So anyway, as I just enter, cross the threshold into the living room, I see this guy, and he's got a vacuum cleaner in his hands. And he swings it back like a golf club, and then swings it forward through the television, and smashes the vacuum cleaner into the TV like it's a golf club. And the moment I saw that, I was like, I think my decision making is not good here. Maybe I should leave. So I did. And that's when the police sirens and every darn cop in the town had sort of rushed in on the area. And even fire trucks had pulled up just to aid to the response. And I don't know, for all I know, tree trimmers were there from the city, just raining down, trying to catch every person that was involved in this that they could. So I got caught, and I thought I had made it 3 or 4 blocks away, and I just started walking casually, and the cops.
Yeah, that move never works. The walking casually from the riot.
Yeah, just keep going, man.
You would have stayed sprint all the way through, because I thought once I got a little distance and acted like a non-participant, then that was the move.
Yeah.
Not
Should
so
have had a
much.
book bag in the bushes or something.
I had a book bag, I think, and so.
Why do people think that works? Do you think cops drive by? He's like, oh no, it's him. No, he's just a casual walker. Keep him going. That doesn't.
Well, what's your alternative?
Like
Just
that.
Keep sprinting or hide in the bushes?
Sprint.
Lie.
You got to take the most awkward. You got to go through backyards and shit. That's what you got to do. You cannot walk on the road.
I'd dashboard it right there.
Yeah, all right. So the police pick me up and they stuff me in the back of a cop car and they handcuff me with 3 other people, and then they take us in and they put me in the little town jail cell.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
What is your physical stature?
At this point, I'm
At that point.
I'm probably 5'10" and 140 pounds with a broken arm.
Okay. When I was in 6th grade, I was 6'2", 250 pounds. So you have to kind of think, and not fat boy 250 pounds. I was in the gym every day. I was playing football and stuff like that. So you have to think as far as being. Now imagine yourself in the back of the cop car. Was that comfortable? Was that lavish? No, it was cramped, right?
Yeah, and the seat is not upholstered. It's like a park bench.
Yeah. So imagine a big boy in the back there. Not fun. And they use the same handcuffs. So I mean to write my governor about the way they treat people when they arrest them, because it's not right.
I only had one handcuff on because the other one didn't fit around the cast. So
They still put a handcuff.
yeah, and attached it to nothing. I had a little weapon on my
That's
one.
funny.
So you could have actually swung it at them.
If
If they were really mean, they would have handcuffed your right hand to your left ankle just to make it look stupid.
pierce my
This will
nose.
teach you, cast boy. You know?
So then they put us in the jail cell, and they start questioning us, and they question us as a group, and that didn't really crack us. And then they pulled us out individually, and I go in this little detective room like you see on TV, and the cops start asking you who did this, who did that, who did whatever. And
you're not at the age where you're just supposed to lawyer up, right? I'm assuming. So.
Yeah, I wasn't really that guilty of anything. I saw a crime committed. Maybe, I guess, in reality, I did step in the house a foot and a half and then exit out. But I'm not that worried about it. So
No, if
Anyway.
if a cop starts talking to me about jaywalking, I ask for a lawyer. Like, I don't tell him nothing. So
The only person I gave up was the tiny little girl that took the real estate sign. And
you snitched on the small lady?
But wait, well, you have to know her too. She wasn't the most likable girl. And when I give up her name, he's like, "We have 350 people that have given her up. She couldn't possibly have done all of this." And I'm like, "That's all I saw." So yeah, but she was in front.
That's kind of fucked up. So everyone just pointed the finger at her?
Everyone, like hundreds of people, all said she did it. That's how it went down. And no one gave up anyone else. But she was responsible. Like, the whole crowd was just sort of shrugging our shoulders. And she's like, "Get the house!" And she leads by example.
Meanwhile, she's so small, she's like sliding out of the handcuffs and shit.
Yeah, so I was probably in the jail cell for, I don't know, 4 hours or so. And then they just started letting people go en masse. And
Now I got a question. Did you go, so the situation from you leaving the jail cell to the next interaction with your parents, what was that?
I was able to walk home, so they didn't contact my parents or anything. And
Do your parents know today?
I don't know if I ever brought it up, to be honest with you. I don't think so.
Well, Mrs. Woody's gamer tag, you just found out. Your
Yeah.
son's a heathen.
He's
a degenerate.
That much.
Yeah, degenerate. He's a leader
They
of
must be
society.
tight up in New Jersey. I don't think I could get 300 people to destroy anything where I grew up.
Really? No, dude. We were big old street gang, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen some epic battles in my time too.
So,
When the high school kids get together, man, like I noticed in high schools, you can have anger amongst each other and hate each other, but once like some sort of outside, some foreign person comes in and messes with like one person in the school, it's like everybody in the school is just.
Oh yeah,
mine was
dude.
the same way.
Like I remember people used to get in fights after like high school basketball games. Like I'd be all worn out and shit, and then they're like, Interlake and Bellevue got in a fight, and I'm like, over what? Like there's no alcohol involved. It's just angry teenagers, and they're like prideful of school. Like I'm not fighting over school spirit. It ain't happening. I'm sorry.
We used to have some, I don't know, school spirit was somehow uncool yet still existed. And,
Yeah.
like, for example, a hitchhiker. If there was a hitchhiker from your school, you picked them up every single time. Didn't matter if if you're a preppy and that guy was a metalhead, and, that guy gets a ride. So, it's a little something going on.
Speaking of school spirit, whatever happened to country spirit?
You don't think it's there?
I don't think it's there no more. See, like I
I'm
was talking
talking
the
about,
other
like,
day.
redneck pride, for lack of a better term.
Are you talking about national
I'm talking
pride?
about national country pride.
Oh, okay. You're talking about patriotism.
I
Yeah. Whatever
love
happened
that.
to that?
That's there. It's there. It ain't
That's
going
not
nowhere.
there, dude. Come on. Look at like Michael.
You're making it sound. You're making it sound
Michael
like
Hear me out.
patriotism is a fad or something. Like,
No,
it was hot
it
in
is a fad.
2009, but 2010 it's taking a drop. Is that what you're saying? Like, come on.
It is
dude.
a fad, but let's look at it. Like Michael Moore. Michael Moore makes films that basically deter America's, culture, civilization, whatever. And the reason he makes money off these people because people want to hate America for some reason.
I think
Why
it's
is
just
that?
I don't think it's just people want to hate America. I think it's just people like the controversial shit. You know what I mean? That's just what people like. They like to see some asshole saying some messed up shit, some like completely twisted stuff. They just like seeing that. It's entertaining, and that's why
Okay.
Michael Moore doesn't
Wing-
have a lot of
Wings.
respect. In like,
Wings, your our YouTube videos can be a very, very small reflection of that. Okay, good example. Like if you look at my videos, okay, in the same week I put out a video that's like a happy everyday commentary where I literally talk about Bill Gates changing his pants in his car, and I witnessed it with my own two eyes, right? That's what one of my commentaries was about. The exact same gameplay, but it's over a response video to Next Gen Tactics. That one has 180,000 views, the other one has 80,000 views. It's the exact same gameplay, came out the same week, and then a month later, one has over double the amount of views because it's controversial. It gets people talking. It's, people have opinions on that. Whereas a happy, entertaining commentary, they're like, well, thanks, but we want to argue about which is better, Xbox or PS3, or we want to argue about, like, I thought about this.
I understand where you're coming from, but the fact is, it is a fad. Like when 9/11 happened, when 9/11 happened, everybody had an American flag out. I'm the kind of guy that runs an American flag 365 days a year to the rest of my life. That's the kind of person I am. My entire family grew up in the military. I'm the kind of person that gets sick at stoplights when I see like a fucking Toyota Tundra with like a support our troops sticker on it. You're not supporting our troops. You're driving a Toyota Tundra. That always pisses me off. It doesn't matter if it's made in California or Texas. Fact is, they shouldn't be allowed in our country to destroy our industry. It pissed me off when Toyota eclipsed General Motors as the #1 automaker. Because
why does that affect you though, bro? Like I don't understand how that.
It affects
like,
me like this because my great grandfather died in World War II in the fucking Pacific Campaign.
So what does that have to do with Toyota versus Ford? I don't get it.
It has something like this. The Japanese attacked us. The Japanese fucking. You ever heard of the Bataan Death March?
Nope.
Well, there was a camp.
Ever heard of Pussy?
Pacific Islands.
I've heard of that.
Okay, that's what I'm interested in.
They made a march 60 miles without food, without water, without rest. And if they fell down, they would drive them over like they were cats or dogs in the road. And then flash forward 40 years later, after we beat these guys in war and tried to win our freedom, tried to win our children's freedom, they destroyed the industry that beat them. The reason we beat them is Ford was able to shit out a B-29 bomber every 63 minutes of the day. Our fucking auto industry won the world for us, and then they come in and destroy our auto industry.
But there are fucked up people everywhere. But there are fucked up people everywhere, though. Like, you know what I mean?
These motherfuckers driving foreign cars. That's not patriotism. That's disrespect.
No. You know what's disrespect is the damn gas. Okay, if they put out a Chevy or a Ford that gets some decent gas mileage,
they do. I mean, you don't think these Japanese
dude. I'm patriotic until I go to the fucking gas tank, bro.
It's the same gas mileage as a fucking Silverado.
That's unpatriotic to fucking pay to get 10 miles to the gallon, though, bro. Come on,
that isn't the.
Here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is you're looking into it way too much. That's all I'm saying is that there's a person driving a car with a support their troop sticker, and then you're talking about some shit that happened way back when, and it's like. There's no connection.
What if I said you do more to
General
support?
Motors goes out of
jump
business.
in for a second
Hold on, let me make this point.
I'm really good at making points, and I'm going to show you.
I'll make this point right here.
What if I told you that it was more patriotic to get 30 miles to the gallon than to drive a full-size Chevy?
It's not.
No? Because why are we at war exactly?
Dude, look here. We're not at war because of oil. We're not at war at all because of that.
You don't think?
No. We're at war because it makes money. That's what we're at war for. We're not even at war. Occupying the country.
I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
But here's the fact is, if Japan decided to ante up and say, fuck it, we're going to go again at America. We're going to take another shot. You think Toyota's going to build B-29 bombers? You think those factories are going to still be working? Fuck no.
We'd have to take them over. That's probably what would happen. If we went to war with Toyota.
We'd have to rebuild our auto industry because they put General Motors and Ford out of business.
We'd have trouble there. I agree that manufacturing capability is of military importance. But in a case like that, like, oh no, Toyota owns the car manufacturing plant. Yeah, until the day we declare war, at which point it becomes ours.
Yeah, you got a solid point there. But the fact is, why are we allowing these foreign countries to come in and destroy our industry? Like we had a steel industry, we had a cotton industry, we had an oil industry, we had an automotive industry. All this stuff, we're subsidizing it to other countries now. That pisses me off. And a lot of this comes from me losing my job because I worked in a steel mill because fucking banks, basically the way it worked was we built transformer cores. And
I don't know what that is.
Well, a transformer is a thing on a light post. The electricity comes in off the wire. It goes into this coil. It's like a big old coil.
Oh, okay.
8 miles long, and it regenerizes the electricity and sends it out on the wire again. So people out in more rural areas can get electricity.
Got it.
But our we sold to people, and they had to basically pay up front. They couldn't get the product, sell it, and then give us money. We needed it up front because we had such a supply and demand. Well, after the economy crashed, the banks cut us off, and the fact that steel was made so much cheaper in China, they shut the plant down. So all my schooling's gone now because nobody wants to buy American products.
Well, I think the bottom line is, man, and this is like the bottom line for almost any argument you have, is money talks. If you can get something cheaper somewhere else, that's how it's going to be.
Money should not dictate patriotism.
But that's how it is in the world.
That's
The world
the way
where
it is, bro.
money makes
the world go around, you know?
Exactly.
Like that's,
Yo, you guys are talking like this. I know that's the way it works. That's the way it shouldn't work. That's the way people should fight against. Like people fight against the Vietnam War and the Iraq War.
yeah, you're
War
talking
is
to
not
a guy
war.
that changes light bulbs from room to room and doesn't want to click on links.
I mean, I'm just saying. Be honest with you, the Iraq War.
Not
is
really a
not-
big fighter. Not really a go getter. You're talking to video game players, guy. You're talking to video game players. We're not really the biggest bunch of go getters. Like we're not.
I know Woody follows politics, and Woody knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with you on a lot of this. The trouble is it's complicated, right? Like you say, why did we allow them to come in here and build something? Well, because if we don't, then we can't export. There's other companies like Cisco and Dell and what have you that are making a lot of money by selling stuff in Japan. There's Apple who exports a ton of stuff. Software and financial services go out, and they say, well, we'll go to someone else, and there you have it. That's why our drug company.
Wait a minute, whoa.
Put
All right.
stuff out. Go ahead.
By the way, I'm joining you guys in the
Oh yeah,
session here.
Kyle
We'll
woke
go
up. Thanks for that, Kyle.
Yeah,
Join
that was great.
session.
I was saying, I'm like,
so
you
energized.
only use me played. You said he just turned into Kyle.
Whoa.
You just said that if they don't buy Apple or Dell from us, they'll go somewhere else. Where are they going to go?
No, that's the thing, right? If we boycott their stuff,
Is he
then
really
that
in the
gives-
chat right now?
that-
Well,
yeah,
time out.
I just jumped in here.
Hey, nice of you to join us. Yeah, fourth
dude,
quarter.
I was thinking that.
Fourth quarter, bro.
Like, look, I've seen you. You're the kind of guy that likes to enjoy a nap. I'm sure. All right, so
How
you know where
dare
I'm coming from. I enjoyed the shit out of that nap. All right, but no, all right. They have nowhere else to go. We make the best shit. So what I'm saying is our politicians need to stop being greedy douches and tax the fucking shit out of these Chinese and Japanese and Indian imports.
That's another thing that's
I'm
not
tired
big.
of looking at the
These
tag
Indian
of my
stores.
shirt. I'm tired of looking at the tag of my shirt and seeing made in Taiwan and looking at the
How
back.
does that affect you, though? How does that affect you?
Oh, look
Honestly,
here,
what another person
here's
eats
how
doesn't make you
here's how
have
it
to take a
affects
shit.
me. Here's how it affects me. There's no racism to deal with it. My aunt Joanne, she owned a convenience store on US 378 for 25 years. The fact is the taxes got too high for her, so she sold it out to Sun House Industries. It's a petroleum industry. It's basically a group of Arab people. They come in, buy her store, and they don't have to pay taxes on it for 10 years. And what they're going to do is about 9 years in, they're going to sell the shit and never pay taxes on it.
Yep.
Why?
You keep asking, like, how does it affect you? How does this affect you? It eventually it all affects you in some trickle down effect because of the this money
Yeah,
isn't
I don't know
going
what I'm
back
going to
into
eat
our
tomorrow,
economy.
so I never look that far ahead. I've lived my life not looking that far ahead of stuff. So, like, that all sounds good and dandy, but I rather walk around in a daze and just be surprised by shit like that.
I hear you, and it's funny
Nice.
to listen to.
Good to know.
But I'm with Kyle on this, right? I mean, there's a certain national strength, and I wouldn't mind more protectionism than we have now.
Yeah, reality sucks. We all get that, but I try to forget about that. Like,
Hey, I have a question that
we
my
talk about titties or something. Like,
Yeah.
this is cool and
Hey,
everything.
you know, on a related thing, we know we have to handle alcohol to all our guest hosts before we get them on. So, I'm gonna go down the line. Bash, you first. You gotta have kids. One of my subs said this should be a podcast topic.
Am I gonna have kids?
Children, yeah. You gonna do this?
Yeah, I like kids, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have some kids. That's my plan, at least. I hope. Shit.
Good deal. Blade?
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'll have a bunch of little kids. They'll be answering my fan mail. They'll
I'm not talking about
Like-
child labor. This is children that you raise.
No, I'm trying to hire some 8-year-olds right now. I'm not trying to like have my own seed. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll have kids like eventually when I find that.
When the
that right.
condom breaks.
No.
Like, you won't remember that kid.
The saran wrap breaks.
So
Stop that.
I've been looking forward. Oh, go ahead. Do you have more?
No, but you know, if I find that right woman, when I get older, like I'm not ready to have kids now. Like I'm still young at heart, and you know, later on down the line, I'll have some youngsters, and I want to be the stay-at-home dad, and I want my wife to be the breadwinner. Like I want to get like a Beyonce or something, like someone with some really good money, and then I'll be like the stay-at-home father. That
Queen of
sounds
Redemption.
awesome.
Children in your future?
Hell no.
Hell no. You more of an uncle.
That's what I'm going to be. My brother's going to have like 3 or 4 of them. I'm not worried about the Jordan family line going anywhere.
All right. How come no kids?
The legacy
hate
stops
kids.
here.
You hate kids.
I seriously do. I hate little children. Maybe that's why I do so badly with YouTube.
Yeah, you pick the wrong career, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I literally
it's like, I fucking hate kids. I can't believe I have to drive this punk-ass school bus. Like, come on.
Oh, this is a good topic. Kyle, I'm interested in your answer here, too. You
Dude,
gonna have kids?
Wings stole my thunder there, man. All right, let me tell you how much I hate children.
Whoa.
If I
We're
were
all
offered
children at once.
if I were offered a vasectomy for free, I would take it.
Oh,
No questions
cut that
asked.
out. Cut
Why
that
not?
out.
Why not? I see no reason not to just go ahead and just.
Let me
nip
ask
that
you.
off.
Can I ask how old you
I'm
are?
not familiar with the vasectomy thing, but can you
Yeah, I
still
don't
get
know
it up
about
after a vasectomy?
Yes, of course
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
still get it
yeah.
up after
Yeah, of
vasectomy.
course.
I would take the
You
vasectomy
should-
for
you
free as
should
well.
not pay
Who's passing them out?
No, I'm 23 and I despise. Or excuse me, 24 in May. 24 now, nice. And
Okay. Here's the thing. As you get older, and I'm only 27, okay? As you get older, you realize you really don't know shit. Like, because the difference between what I knew at 24 and what I know at 27, I thought I knew everything at 24.
Preach
now I'm
it, brother.
27, and I think that I know everything, but I guarantee you at 31, I'm going to be like, I sound like an idiot. Like, in 4 years, I'm going to look back at some of my commentaries and be like, am I a dumbass? Like, super fast with all? Like, really? Can I say that? I make a career out of saying, sit down? Like, come on. Like, that's my catchphrase? Like, as you grow older, you realize that what happens when you're younger is you're retarded. Like, we all realize we're retarded when we're younger. I'm not saying you're retarded, but I'm just saying the 27-year-old you will be like, I can't believe I said that when you were 23.
You know,
The same
I
thing.
don't think that's true because
I've seen like
despise-
60-year-old men that still haven't got to my level of thinking.
Oh, gosh.
I love.
I'm not trying to say I'm smarter than them or more
Oh,
experienced.
no, it didn't come out like that at all.
No,
I'm just saying,
no.
like, they're still, like, in that whole, I'm going to chase pussy route.
I can see Wing. Get on my level.
Yeah,
You're
not
still
lead like
chasing
me.
girls?
They talk about, ooh, look at the titties on her. I'm like, dude, does your dick even work?
Oh man.
They got drugs for that though. They're good, man.
He does. He's
Wait,
probably
wait. Bash, you just endorsed Viagra. Do you have something you want to share?
I got a funny story. I got a funny story about that.
All
This
right.
is great. So I was living. No, this is funny. So I was. This is back when I was in high school, right? And this is when I cared about grades and stuff. And I had a big test, and I was over at my buddy's house, and I was like, man, I had this big test. He's like, well, I got these pills that will make you stay up. They're like caffeine pills or whatever. They'll make you stay up, right? And he gave them to me, and I popped like 3 of them, and they weren't caffeine pills. They were fucking boner pills. And he was playing a trick on me.
Were they Viagra
So I had-
or were they a different kind?
They were like some super high grade fucking Back to the Future type shit, because my shit was hard for like forever. Like I couldn't even, like it was fucked up. Like in the morning my dick was still hard. Like I nutted like 3 times and it wouldn't go down. Right?
It didn't fix it. I always
It
wondered
didn't
about
fix
that.
it. No, like honestly, you know how most of the time, like after you nut, like your dick's like a groundhog, it's like, oh, like it like shrivels up and shit.
Yeah,
This thing just stayed at attention, right? So like, I'm trying to put my pants on in the morning, right? And I can't put my pants on, like it just won't let me, like it won't get quite around it, right? So now I'm like, fuck.
Wait
So
a
I
minute.
put
Are you trying to imply that you were so well hung that pants can't get around it?
I'm not, no, I'm not well hung. That's not what I'm trying to imply.
All right.
I'm just talking about I had the super boner of a lifetime that wouldn't go down, and so it's affecting me trying to zip my pants up. I'm not at all gonna sit here and
He's
lie.
trying to
and
push down on the shaft to get
Yeah,
the zipper over it.
and yeah, exactly.
What
Tuck
you gotta
it
do
under
is
the
pull
belt,
shaft
baby.
up. Yeah, under the belt, dude. You gotta push
That's
it
the
up
move.
against your belly and put it right.
I ended up rocking the long jacket and the fucking sweatpants.
Nice.
So wait, how long?
He
When
did the
when did it
Silent
go?
Bob thing.
Third
When did
period.
it go down?
Was
Third
it down by
period.
lunch?
No, third period. It was over and done with. So
Wow. Man.
Oh man, I just
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck you, Graham. Graham, if you're listening to this, I used to be friends with you back in the day, but I haven't talked to him in years. Actually, I should probably have cleared this with him before I told the story. But he thought it was the funniest thing ever. You know, like he thought it was hilarious.
So
you know?
what pills did you think you were taking again?
I thought I was
pills.
taking like caffeine pills, like pills
right.
that make you stay up late, you know, like because I wanted to like study.
Well, you know, they did make you stay up.
Yeah, they did. That's probably what he meant.
I got a question, but did they actually work? Because generally, if you're aroused, it basically is like a boost of adrenaline.
Wings are good stuff.
Did they
Well,
keep
did they work? Yeah, I
Did
had
they
a
keep
fucking
you awake?
I had a fucking hard on that wouldn't go away. Yes, it worked.
They said, did they keep you up at least?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I nutted and it just stayed there. Like
No,
it stayed
he's
hard.
asking if they kept you awake. Did they do that?
Oh,
part of
they
the
keep
job?
you awake? No, I was extremely tired. I fucking ejaculated 3 times in like an hour.
Wait, did you have to do anything? Did you have to do
Practically-
anything for that, or did it just happen on its own?
No, there was some
He
friction involved.
He was in
yeah.
high school. He was well practiced at this point.
So you figured, I might as well.
Yeah, I'll fucking work it off. Like, you know, just get rid of it.
Yeah,
But
walk it off, right?
Walk it off. Yeah, walk it off this map. Fucking super Terminator boner that I have fucking walking around. I have to wear a long jacket and sweatpants to school. Like I felt cool, you know.
Nice.
That's my story. There you go. So
No, Viagra's some good stuff. Viagra is like it's, you know, like if you're gonna take your car to the drag strip, you might as well put that 110 octane gas in. Like, why not?
Where you
Like,
get
you don't want to be
110
running
at?
around with like 80.
yeah, I'm afraid though that if people, here's the thing, I don't want to advocate that because I think that can we consider Viagra a drug? I don't know if it's habit forming. Like, is Viagra habit forming?
Sex is
I
habit
don't
forming.
think so.
Well, sex is habit forming, but I'm just saying, like, could someone that is
Nah.
doing just fine start just popping Viagra and having Viagra every single time to the point where they need to have Viagra to have sex? I would think that you would bust so much that you just have baby powder just shoot out of your cock.
I don't know. Ask Kyle. Kyle, what's the deal with that? Is
Yeah.
Viagra habit forming?
No. I occasionally partake if I know it's going to be a strenuous night of maybe multiple partners. But no, you don't. It's not like I'm sitting here right now scratching my forearms. I gotta get this Viagra, man. I gotta go.
Yeah.
A strenuous night of multiple partners. Holy shit! Did we get Hutch on the podcast after all?
All right. No.
I can't
He's
talk
a
about
man.
Machinima. Don't talk about Machinima or Hutch. That's the rule.
It is.
I don't know.
All right.
That sounds like a safe rule to have.
That was
Like,
meant to be a Hutch
No,
compliment.
I want to talk about Hutch because I want to talk about some
Oh,
fucked up
good
shit
lord.
that happened
Did you not
the
just
other
hear what I just said? No. Okay.
All right,
What do you want to talk
night.
What's up?
All right. Me, Hutch, and who else was
B.
playing with? Me, Hutch, and like 2 or 3 other guys were playing last night on the Map Pack deal on Modern Warfare 2.
Research.
And this is the level of douchebaggery that people run into on YouTube. This guy comes into the pregame lobby. He's like, yo, Hutch. I was like, what's up, man? How your girlfriend doing?
Oh, that's
Oh, no,
not
he
cool.
That's
How your
nice.
girlfriend doing, man? Hutch is like, how's your girlfriend doing, dude? Oh, she good, man. She's taking my dick right now. How your girlfriend? And like, he's
Sorry
like,
for laughing.
just goes on and on and on with this shit. And like when the next game starts, like we play the game, and then when we go back in the pregame lobby, he's playing the commentary when Hutch talks about the breakup.
Oh,
man.
that's fucked up.
That's a fucking low blow, dude. That's
fucked
fucking
up.
shit.
Hey, do you guys wonder why I just say fuck you when people say my name in game?
No.
Exactly.
I went into a lobby.
That's fucking
Okay,
You
here's
guys have
here's
played
the
with
thing.
me, right?
That's
Like-
messed up, but that's not as bad as people using commando against me. I think that's
So I went into a lobby, and so Wings and Kyle have both played a good amount with me, and they'll vouch for the fact that I'm generally polite. If someone says my name, I answer, and
Yeah.
not only am I polite like that, if one of my teammates is trash talking, I generally try to put them back on the course of right and true, and say, no, we don't trash talk. We can win this game. You don't need to freaking add your nonsense to it.
Yeah.
But this guy gets in the lobby and he says, "Hey, Woody, how'd you do that?" And I'm like, "What? How'd I do what? Woody, how'd you do that?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure what you're talking about. What did I do?" Because how'd you get my dick to smell like your ass?
You don't want that.
Thanks.
I don't really like. All I really get is oh my god, is that the real Orleans Blade? Oh, free! Oh, like they just
I
freak
get that
out.
all the fucking time. Are you
Yeah.
Wings of Redemption?
Well,
No.
the thing is
Wings of Redemption
that,
plays PS3.
Yeah.
the thing is that I sound different online than I do in my commentaries. Like I use a different microphone, and so a lot of times like this is the fake one. No, and I'm like I don't really want to argue with them. And the thing that annoys me is that what they'll do is they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna knife only against you. I'm like, great, but everyone's knife only is commando, and that's all I gotta say about that. So.
See, I'm not there yet. I think I had one guy recognize me.
Let me cry you a river. You know what my kit choice was? One-man army noob tubes. People see me. That's what they fell back onto.
That's the Wings kit. Yeah.
No, but here's the messed up part. I am the biggest advocate of not using Commando, and I don't want this to make a bitch podcast about how much I hate Commando, but everyone hates it. Okay, I'm the biggest advocate of it. Like, I've had like 5 videos in a row where all I was doing was just bitching and crying about Commando. Like, I re-listened to them, like, I sound like a punk, you know? But I just strongly dislike it, right? But people say, oh, I want a knife just like you, and then when I see them in the lobby, they're using Commando against me. I'm like, okay, so you want a knife, you want the aspect of knifing only, but you don't want to do, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's obnoxious. I don't know how you could do it, man, because every time I played on 360, people would just join my session. Like,
I can fix that for you. I can make it so nobody can even talk to you.
I don't want that. I mean,
yeah, you just appear offline, dude. They can't find you.
Yeah,
you know what really
helps a lot. They can still find you.
But here's the thing what's really on the opposite spectrum that is really obnoxious. I'll get into a room, right? Like, we'll get into a room, and then some kid will be like, "Oh my God, Only's me Blade," and they'll be talking to me for like a minute, and I always try to be polite when I'm in the rooms. You know what I mean? Like, these people are the fans, and these people support me, and this and that. So I always try to be polite with them, you know. And then they'll like host migrate, or like it'll drop out, and we'll lose connection, and then there's no way for me to play with this person anymore. So we never actually got to play because the connection fucked up. And it's like, oh, well, that sucks. Like, or it'll be a situation where someone will be like, I'm your biggest fan, and then I'll get like a game invite, and like, I gotta accept this game invite, man, peace. And I'm like, out. So I'm like, that sucks. So, I mean, I don't know.
What you do is you go to your profile on Xbox, and you go to privacy settings, the very bottom one, and you go to see online. You can set it to blocked, you can set it to everyone, or friends only. If you set it to friends only, anybody that comes, like, sees you in game, like, hey, Blade, and then they leave and you go to another game, they look you up. They can look you up and send you a message, but it'll say offline, so they can't join your session.
Okay, that's cool. All right, yeah. I'll rock that.
Do you have an Xbox?
Yeah, I got an Xbox.
Oh. Does everyone here have both?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. Like, all my friends that I've been playing with for years have been on PS3, so like, it's weird trying to play on 360 because I'm so used to PS3. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I've got the reverse of that going on.
Yeah.
See, I never had friends on PS3, so it was an easy change for me.
That's not depressing. No.
Yeah, I had a couple friends on PS3, and they stopped playing altogether, and it was pointless for me because I started with the Xbox, so I just went back to where I was.
No, I hear you. I mean, I just have so many people that play on PS3. Like, I have groups of people that I know in real life that I play on PS3 with, which is funny because they're not even like hardcore gamers are really into it, you know? Like, I say the words KDR and they go, what the hell is that? But then, yeah, I also have people that I've met through playing on PS3, like, over the years, you know, and as far as like going over to Xbox, you gotta think, like, I got an Xbox after like all this popularity from YouTube came about, so it's like, I'm not able to just enjoy it because I just have basically people screaming as soon as I get in the lobby.
Hey, do what I do. Add only commentators. Or make them pay.
It's nice.
I wouldn't do all that. I'm not gonna make, like, I'm not gonna.
You say this now until you make $1,000 a week doing it.
I'm not gonna charge people to play with me on a video.
Oh, they don't get to play.
Thing. That seems a little.
They just get to be on the friends list.
Oh, just a spot on the friends list.
I actually play with them.
They're an alternate.
I usually grab one of them if there's like a sixth or fifth or sixth slot needs filling. Okay, I'll get a guy.
But are you like really mean to him, like no eye contact and shit like that, or don't speak when you're in the lobby?
No. I'm like that. I'm like that to people who know me in the lobby. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I don't want to talk to you. Shut the fuck up.
He does that
I'll tell you what.
I've been in lobbies with Wings where people are like, "Hey, are you Wings of Redemption?" No, fuck you. It's like, oh, you gave it away. That's you. We can tell. You know, by the way that you talk to
some I confused with like Wings plays on PS3. You know, and then they'll just shut up and think I'm a fake.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a perfect example of a guy getting his money worth by buying a friend request from me. There was a guy he paid me $20 PayPal to be on my friends list, and the other night we needed an extra person, and I invited him in there, and he got to play with Hutch, and we played for about 3 or 4 hours, and after everybody got offline, he sent me a message. He's like, "That was the greatest moment of my life. I would have paid you $100 for that if I'd known I could play with Hutch."
Okay, no. The reason why I would never do this is the reason. Like, I'm not saying it's bad that you did that. The reason why I would never do that is because these kids don't have $20. They have to go to their parents, and I try to put myself in the parents' position. If my kid came up to me and said, "Hey, I want to play with this guy that makes YouTube videos of him playing Call of Duty. Can I have $20 so I can play with him?" I'll slap my kid. Like, I would look at him crazy.
See, I'm down for accepting a parent's credit card.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not. For that, like all jokes aside, I couldn't realistically. Like, here's the thing. As soon as there's a kid that sent me. There's 2 kids that sent me money to buy an Xbox, right? One of them sent me $100. Another person sent me $100. And both times, I actually had to talk to their parents. Over email. And so as soon as I get this machinima money, like the first real paycheck, I'm sending that money back to them because I don't think it's right that, like, this was like a single mom that worked 2 jobs.
Ooh.
And so I don't feel right taking money from her because her kid wants to play with me. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's not cool.
But see, you look at it this way. I'm going to do a car salesman pitch here. She might have worked 2 jobs to give you $100 for that Xbox. How much time did she get little Billy out of her hair so she can have her self time?
I'm not a babysitter, bro. I'm no one's babysitter.
But you are when you're playing with them, though.
You know, I like the way Wings went at that because I sold. I hate to even say this. I am a monster.
Oh my, can't wait.
I'm not sure if I want to say it.
I want to hear it now.
Go on, let it out, bro. You've already started up. Does it involve like child rape? If it doesn't, as long as it doesn't involve like child rape, let's bring it on.
Well, it probably led to child prostitution after I took this family's money. No, I mean this single mother.
That's a safe zone.
This single mother. One time I sold her a car, and it was like at Christmas time, and she's like, "But I won't have money to buy the Christmas presents." And I'm like, The best Christmas present you can get these kids is a car.
Oh, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
You're leaving the part of the story out where you were sitting in the back of a Tahoe eating a hamburger before you did this deal.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know,
just wake up from a 2-hour nap in the back of a Lexus.
You got to be hard if you're going to sell cars. You can't be.
Oh yeah, you have to have a
hard.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, that's the thing. I could never do a job like that because, like, just situations like that would be too fucked up for me. Like, I would be like,
that doesn't happen too often. That's like 1 of 5 or 6 times where something like that happened.
Yeah,
1 out of 5 or 6? That's like 20%,
dude. Yeah,
that's
often. Saying lifetime is only.
That's often, bro.
Times.
Like, I thought you were like 1 out of 100. You're saying 1 out of 5. You have to.
No. That's like one
sob story.
No. He's saying he has 5 stories like that. In his career.
Oh, I thought you meant like it only happens 1 out of every 5 times.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you were pretty casual with that comment.
Yeah. Dude, that's not that common. Maybe twice a day. That's it.
Okay.
No, it was fucked up because the part of Atlanta I was in was like a really rich part of Atlanta, and I was like, it was like me and a bunch of black guys at the dealership, and all black guys like 35 or 40, and there I am, I'm 20 years old. So all the old white gay guys like gravitated toward me and wanted me to sell my car. So I was known as like, hey, there's a fag over here, man. He wants a car. You want to come help him out? I'm like, fuck no, you help him out. Why do I always get the gay guys?
Hey, do what you gotta do to make that sale, man.
Gay guy wants a compact car.
They're always fucking making fun of me, like, oh, how'd you get this sale done, Kyle?
Fuck, I got a test drive a Miata again? Fuck.
Exactly. They were always buying shit like that. Or what's that Toyota car, that Toyota convertible, Solaris or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
God, the gay guys love those, and they love the Ford Sport Tracks.
Okay, before I say this, you have to listen to the entire thing, okay? As far as the gay lifestyle, except for the doing other dudes part, the gays got it made. Except for the doing other dudes. Except for the doing
the hateful beatings they get.
No, except the
Go
doing
on,
other
Blade. I
dudes
want
part
to hear
I'm not
this.
down with.
What is the part of the gay lifestyle that you like so much?
Okay, they're typically very good dressers. Their hygiene's immaculate. They typically are like, I've never heard of a gay guy declaring bankruptcy. Like they pretty much have like the facets of their life for the most part. I've never seen like a gay homeless person. You know what I mean?
Okay, hold on. Let me just. Hold on, I live in Toronto, okay, and there's a huge gay population here, and I can tell you that we have a hell of a lot of gay crackheads, gay homeless people, gay criminals.
No. Were they gay before they became crackheads, or they become crackheads and then they became gay because they're crackheads because they wanted their fix? No, I know it sounds like I'm trying to make a joke here, but there are some people that are so addicted to drugs that they will do things that aren't in their nature just because
I suck your dick for crack.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about this homeless gay shit. Homeless people don't take baths forever. Just imagine that, like taking off some crusty ass pants to try to fuck somebody in their balloon knot. They haven't took a bath in 6 months. It's like,
no, I actually
feel off.
No. Here's the thing though. I go through life so I don't have to think about shit like that. Like I wake up and say, okay, I don't want to think about disgusting gay shit like that because that's horrible. And you just added time. That's disgusting, bro. Like, come on. You ruined my delicate sensibilities.
What the fuck, Wings?
Dude, that's a new level of nastiness that I didn't even know.
I'm just saying, just think about this. This is the shit that goes down on the streets of Toronto.
Yeah,
you make it sound like Toronto's like a homeless orgy. Like that's all they do down there. I'm like, come on, dude.
You're thinking of San Francisco.
Oh, zinger!
San Francisco, Canada. This is the first place gay people could get married.
Hey man, we have to wrap up the podcast. Are there any other topics people want to cover before we close?
Okay, I have one question.
I have one that we didn't get to.
Sure.
I wanted to talk about sharks, in particular the megalodon.
It's not Shark Week. Next one.
What the? All right, Wings. I have a question for you. Serious question. Serious question.
Wait, we can't stop until we cover the megalodon.
Why are we talking about sharks?
Yeah. Oh, well. Wait, they can't be a podcast without mentioning the hammerhead. Come on, Wings. Okay, so skip that one. What's next?
All right, Wings. Serious question. Are you going to play Hutch one-on-one?
Most likely, yeah.
All right, I know people want to know that, so I just figured I'd get it out.
The thing is, I'm 8 out of 10% sure I can beat him. I can say that now. But it's not going to prove anything.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, his fans are still going to talk shit. But I mean, he posted it on his Facebook, and on his Facebook, I'll tell you, a good majority of people are saying Wings is going to win. They're saying that you don't stand a chance against Wings Redemption if it's gone for none.
I played Hutch in a one-on-one.
And who won?
Oh my God, he did. No, I want to say it was probably over a year ago. I'm a much better player now than I was at the time. Although I still think he'd beat me. He has shipment on Call of Duty 4, like, mega wired. He was beating everyone that night. He pretty much ran through the whole optic team. And I played him. We played 15.
Yeah, but see, I'm not going to play him quickscoping.
He played me 15-3.
So what are you guys going to play? Like,
let me just say this. It's sniper
versus sniper.
Alright, I'm a pretty good Call of Duty player, especially on shipment.
Yeah.
Wings beat me on shipment, and this is why. Wings turns his headset all the way up, and he hides behind a shipment crate, and he's listening to tell whether you're coming from the left of him or the right of him. And if you're coming from the right, he pulls up his sights and slowly creeps out on the right side. If it's from the left, he does the same.
Then I switch it up and I hide somewhere else.
It's not fair.
Okay. Moral of the story: one-on-ones are pointless, and typically it's host advantage. Yep. Woody, all I can say is there any possible way we can play that drunk voicemail for tapes?
Oh, no, but I can...
We clip it at the very end of it?
Hey, Kyle, let's go to the point where you said you had to face me on wet work just to deal with my headset.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't deal with the headset. It's awful.
Yeah. See, one of the things in Wing's playing style, his gamer tag should be unlimited patience. He will gladly get 1 kill an hour in a one-on-one if it means he walks away with the win.
I'm down for it. I seriously am. If it takes me 4 hours to win a one-on-one, down. Bring it on.
Oh, did you guys talk about Robert Bowling responding back about?
I forgot to bring that up.
Oh wow! We didn't bring that up.
Real quickly, let me read through what Robert Bowling said
today.
Read it
slow, please.
Well, I won't speed read or anything.
I'm a stealth clown.
He says, "All right, guys, I submitted a list to production with my recommendations for the next patch, if one is approved. It includes all the tweaks to weapon sights suggested by Blame Truth. One-man army tweaks to prevent constant reloading of M203s. It addresses the rock and fuel. And there's a suggestion for free-for-all tweaks to help combat boosting and address attachment issues on certain weapons, such as silencers showing red dots. I'm pushing this one hard with your guys' support. I'll keep you posted.
You know, Robert Bullen, I'm going to support you because what I'm going to do, I'm going to post a video on how to get in that rock.
Oh, God. Don't. Wings, do not post that fucking video.
I've seen some people in that rock. You know, someone was playing Sabotage. He went in the rock, committed suicide, and he just stood outside the rock.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that? We've been posting videos. Like, people will post videos with the idea of this. They'll post a video on how to abuse the game with the idea that a lot of people are going to see it and they'll fix it. But the thing is that they just don't fix it. So now we're just like...
I'm looking at it like this way. I'm looking at it this way.
How long did it take you to fix the unlimited care package thing? How long
but
did
the
it
fact
take
is,
to fix
it
that?
got abused. If nobody abused that thing, that shit would have never got fixed. If like one or two people knew it, never would have got fixed. But everybody does it, it's going to get fixed.
Well, people want views.
I think the smartest thing ever
Like
did
right
is
now, here's what I'm looking at it right
they
now.
took out the third-person cage match. Like, that was just one of the smartest things. First off, the cage matching, no one ever does cage matching to do one-on-ones. It's always these little kids that want to do...
Kyle does it, but I'll accept the general principle. It's not common.
The majority of people that go into cage matches were doing it to boost for headshots, to get camos, to get certain obscure challenges done. That's what like every time I've always wanted to do cage matches as far as doing like a one-on-one, you know, it'd always be like some kid like, you want to do headshots? I just go up and shoot him a couple times in the head, and then I'll keep on shooting him to the point they realize that I'm playing straight up, and then they fucking post-end game. Like, that's how all the cage matches always ended for me.
Yeah, you gotta get host the game.
That's a free win, baby.
Yeah.
That's why my win streak is 180.
I'm looking at it like this. He said if the patch gets approved, because that means right now if it's all hunky dory and the fucking rock is not getting abused, they're gonna approve that patch. What is it? 4 months till fucking Black Ops drops, and then what? You got 2 months before the beta drops.
The thing about Infinity Ward is there's so many things going on over there that I don't know how much time they really even can dedicate to like.
Imagine the chaos of like a third of the people at your company. Imagine you run a company and a third of the people get fired, and it's chaos as far as if you're going to have people working there anymore, as far as if anybody's going to get paid, all this craziness, and then you got a bunch of people on YouTube saying fix one-man army. Like, they're like, okay, sounds cool, dude. Like, we'll get to that when we figure out how we're going to get our next paycheck. Like,
I don't agree. Yeah, give me a minute to respond to that. So, there's a couple things we brought up. One is that you say, hey, they're worried about their next paycheck. But this game brought in, like, billions of dollars. So, they should have enough budget to address some of these support issues. And there is a chorus of people. There are millions of people saying...
It's the same idea. I'm sorry for interrupting, but it's the same idea as far as all these machinima directors that are supposedly, like, I get people all the time, like, oh, you're supposed to be rolling in money with all these views you get on machinima. Well, we haven't been paid yet. It might be a situation where Infinity Ward might not have any money because they haven't been paid by Activision yet. That might be...
who's getting
I'm
money?
about to bring up that point. You're looking at Call of Duty as a singularity. It's a part of a whole. Activision's losing money like a motherfucker.
No,
they're too big. Yeah, they are. They lost the fourth quarter. What? Let me pull up the numbers.
Yeah, let's
really?
check that.
With World of Warcraft, they lost money?
That's Blizzard.
But Blizzard Activision.
They're part of it now.
Yeah. They're still part of their, it's the same group.
How long is this podcast?
It's usually an hour. We're over.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I think it's been golden. I think it's been a swell time talking to you gentlemen. So, you know. I don't want to have like the Godfather of podcasts though, you know?
Yeah, it's about time for me to hit Taco Bell.
Yeah. Alright, so Woody, any possible way that you could play the drunk message I left for Tabes?
I'm going to add it to the end of the podcast, I promise.
Alright guys, real quick, I'll set this up. We might not end it right now, but what happened was I came home.
Set it up at the end. Go ahead. What are the numbers for the most recent quarter?
Activision lost $72 million as of January to March.
Oh, damn. How does that happen,
and before that, they lost $52 million. That's the quarter that Modern Warfare 2 dropped in. Blizzard's only agreed to make one marquee game per year. and none of their funds will go into Activision.
Oh,
What's
really?
the ticker symbol? I want to look it up myself.
And the games we're getting StarCraft 2 this year and Diablo 3 next year.
But how is that possible? I don't understand with Modern Warfare 2 being the highest selling game ever.
Yeah, but see, one
Probably the
good
most
selling
hired,
game
higher,
isn't going to trump like
pirate game.
8 to 10 fucking bad games. You make a bad game, you lose money, and you hope
That's
this
true.
one good game will overdo it. Well, it's not happening. People
That's
are only buying certain things now, and since the internet's so popular, people are not going to buy a crap game. Like, one or two people might be like, this shit sucks. The game's done. You know, you spent $52 million, only $14 million gets replaced.
That's
Well,
true.
I mean, didn't I forgot where I read this, but didn't they say that Modern Warfare 2 is like the most pirated game of all time? Like on PC, like I think like 3 people bought it, the rest just pirated it, right? Is that what's the
Yeah, it's
general
100.
consensus?
They only sold 180,000 copies on PC.
Well, then
Which
they
is
fucked
funny
up.
because which is funny because I guarantee you if you were to look online even now, I guarantee you there's more than 180,000 people playing right now. So
Yeah, then,
What's
then
going to
they're
happen
the
is it's
ones.
going to stop making games for PC.
Yeah.
but that's where all the pros play.
But dude,
wrong.
games
Yeah,
like
I've heard that a million times.
games like StarCraft and games like even Counter Strike, you can't pirate those. You need a CD key. Like I don't understand how hard that is to
Fire
implement.
those. You just can't. You just need. You need a secondary CD key to get on the online.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't have that CD key to get online, then what are you gonna do? Play by? I guess you can play by yourself, but come on,
Use a
like
keygen.
yeah, you play by yourself. That's true, I guess. But
I've never seen a keygen work on a Blizzard game.
I've seen keygens work on everything.
I've seen keygens work on Blizzard games, but you're not gonna get online, right? And I personally,
And I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So
Key generators. PC games, when you put a PC game in, you got to put in a key that comes in the instruction booklet to install.
you're mistaken. I said I don't really talk about. I didn't say I wanted you to explain it to me. I just said that I didn't really care what you're talking about.
Yeah, so
just
Wings,
don't-
you're wrong.
Like, I'm fucking
Activision's
too wrong.
profitable. I'm looking up their stuff. They made a profit for 2009, and they're expected to make another profit for 2010.
yeah,
I'm,
dude,
I'm looking at this. Activision loses money. Blizzard release one marquee game a year,
Yeah.
posted on.
Dude,
But Blizzard has
you
World of
can sit
Warcraft.
there and
It's a
look at one
subscription-based
down
game.
quarter that doesn't include Christmas and pretend that they're a failing company. But if you look at what they're doing every year, then they're profitable.
The point was that we weren't
Don't fuck
questioning
with an accountant, my friend.
We weren't fucking with Activision sees as a company, but we're saying that Modern Warfare 2 didn't do as well because all the other games are making us losing money. That's the reason they kicked Infinity Ward out, because they put a game out that needed too many patches.
No.
Mm.
No.
I think there was more problems than that.
First of all,
every game needs patches, though.
you
bro.
haven't said anything factually
Why
correct
else
yet.
would you replace a game
Not
company
since
that makes the
Pac-Man
most
came
highest
out.
selling game
Pac-Man
on
was
Xbox
cool.
360?
They didn't have to patch Pac-Man, but games got more complicated than Pac-Man, so you have
Answer
to
me
patch.
this then, Mr. Accountant and guys. Why would you fire most of a company that made the highest selling game
I'd
on console?
explain it if you freaking let me get on the air here. First of
Because
all,
they probably played one game and got commandoed in one-man army noob tube one time. They're like, fuck this. Who okayed this?
Fired.
you guys are all idiots. No one got fired except for like
No,
one or two guys at the very
lead
top
of
who
Activision
quit.
got commandoed one too many times. It was like, who fucking okayed this? He's out of here. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
What you've got are people who are
Fuck
quitting.
numbers, fuck statistics. He got commandoed, and then, he tried to shoot one dude with Painkiller 13,000 times, and he didn't die, and he got commandoed, and he's like, whoever fucking okayed Painkiller Commando, one-man army noob tubes, get them the fuck out of here. They're idiots.
It's
We
impossible
don't
to
want
have a
to make an
conversation with you idiots. This is so frustrating.
I'm waiting for you. I want to hear what you guys say.
You can wait forever.
I'm waiting for an intelligent comeback, but I haven't heard it yet.
What he's trying.
Yeah. Look, the
I will
company's
keep on interrupting you,
Oh
Woody.
my God.
I don't care. I'm joking. Go ahead.
I don't know what else to say. It's a profitable company as a whole. Infinity Ward is probably the most profitable part of it all. I didn't look it up by subsidiary. People are not getting fired. They're quitting because they don't like working there. And this is
There you
America.
go with
So
facts
shut
and
the fuck up.
statistics.
Shut the fuck up. So if this company was in Senegal, this tiny little country in Western Africa, then I'd sort of buy into look, they're low on staff and you can't put these patches out there. But it's not. It's in the U.S. and there's a ton of talent. You can get people from EA, from Infinity Ward, from Treyarch, from wherever, and hire them and pay them enough and get these patches out. I don't accept that They just don't have the staffing to fix these problems because there's plenty of people out there that you can hire, even though they've had some lead. The reason they're not patching it is beyond me. I don't think they recognize the importance of how well this year was supported on next year's sales, but they might find out.
You know, one thing I got to say about how they handled things was there's just lack of communication. Like, they just blatantly ignored the community. They haven't said anything to us. If you're not gonna fix something, I mean, just say something. Just say we're not gonna fix it. Address it. Just let us know that you know what's happening, right? And there's just blatant disregard for, you know, what the community was trying to say to them. I think that had a big impact on people just saying, yo, fuck Infinity Ward.
Yeah, I gave them a lot of slack early on. Like with the Javelin glitch and the care package glitch, it was like, look, these things take some time. They have to work with Microsoft. It can be slow. But then I got exposed to some of the other companies. When I see Battlefield pushing out updates, when I see Bungie pushing up a new update every week, there's a new playlist. And I wonder, you know, Infinity Ward, come on, are you trying your hardest here? You're taking weeks to patch things, and it's crazy. The game is ruined. So,
And I think that's what Activision picked up on. I think they understand that even though Modern Warfare 2 is the the highest selling game, the company behind it is not doing all they can do to really make it the best franchise ever and keep the loyalty there. And that's why they're saying, fuck Infinity Ward, we want to maintain the Call of Duty name. So let's get some companies in here that are going to take care of their community.
Exactly. But this fall, you know, there's 3 big games coming up. There's Halo Reach, there's Medal of Honor, and there's Call of Duty. And I'll be looking at all 3 to see which one gets the bulk of my time in videos next year. And if Modern Warfare 2 was everything it could have been, then I wouldn't be like that.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Black Ops for me. Reach is a secondary maybe. Medal of Honor ain't got a chance.
But the thing is, we're all playing Modern Warfare 2 still.
Yeah.
Like, we all complain about it.
Oh hell no.
And Woody, I do have to say that I apologize. I was being kind of ass about 2 minutes ago, and I was just trying to get under your skin a little bit.
It kind of worked. Sorry about that.
Well, I got you to say the F word, and I've never heard you do that before. It's accomplished.
Hey, Blade, I'd watch out. Woody's an MMA fighter.
But he got beat up by a girl, though.
I'm
He got beat by a girl, though.
No, I talk shit behind a microphone, so it's cool. Like,
it's all good.
No, but like we all complain about Modern Warfare 2, and I think it's one of those things. It's like having your main girlfriend, and all you do is just bitch and complain about how she's nagging and how there's things wrong with her, but we still end up every single night we're with her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
There's other games that have come out that could occupy numerous amounts of our time, but we continue to play Modern Warfare 2. Now, I mean, there's a lot of things about Modern Warfare 2 I despise. There's certain things that just piss me off. I don't think there's the whole idea of skill that you had to have in COD 4, where if you played well, you could pull off a good game. Whereas in this one, if you played well, you're at the mercy on whether some guy could pick some kind of obnoxious perk setup. All this stuff aside, we still play this game. We still dedicate hours to it, and I still make videos about it. So there's some redeeming quality in there.
Agreed.
Does that make sense?
Oh,
There's some redeeming quality in there.
It's not horrible in every way. It's just, it seems like the game could be twice as good with a little bit of effort. And it's
Let me say this. Woody,
agree.
if people still play COD 4 religiously, I bet you'd be on there. And with Blade, we play it because it's all what people want to watch. I hate Modern Warfare 2. Hate it with a passion.
Yeah, I have a good time playing Modern Warfare most of the time.
The only time I have a good time is when I'm playing with my friends, to be honest.
I have a good time playing with friends when I play Search and Destroy. Any other game type or any other situation, I don't have fun playing it. Yeah. There's one game type that I enjoy playing, whereas in COD 4 I enjoy almost all the game types and I could do well on all the game types. But the idea that my play style, which is supposed to basically mean I need to outsmart people, I can't outsmart a noob tube. I can't outsmart a guy with the ability to knife me across any field. Does that make sense? Like,
for sure, yeah. One upside I have fun so much because I almost play exclusively with a bunch of friends. And,
that's
and
true.
It helps, and it's a pretty strong team. So even when the other guys whip out noob tubes, typically we get them to rage quit. You know, there are times we have to whip out our own, but for the most part, you know, we do fine.
Now, also, what I think has made an effect on it is I used to play COD 4 for fun, and I still play Modern Warfare 2 for fun, but at the same time, I'm honestly playing with the intention of getting a game. Like any commentator can say that I only play for fun. Well, no. There's, why do you hit the recorder then? You play, and then you hope that one of the games that you play that night, or maybe there might be multiple games you get that night, you hope to get a good, high-quality game. But when those games are going great, and then it gets ruined by BS stuff that is out of your control, it becomes frustrating. That's all.
Yep.
I gotta
just
say
mess
this.
with my money.
If my recorder would die like right now, you'd never see me on Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
There's
wouldn't
never
play-
a game you see me on I'm not recording, so don't ask me.
Yeah.
Hey, we should wrap up.
I love that. Are you recording?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, I get that
Almost
shit
always.
all the time.
Hey, Blade, do you want to set up the voicemail? And,
Absolutely. Guys, a couple days ago, I took a taxi from my work, and I drank after work, and I was really shithoused, and I met up with a girl, and then from there I took a taxi to my house, and the first thing I did is I turned on my computer to see what was going on, and the only person that was online on Skype was Tabes. And I was fucking around with Tabes on Skype. I sent him a drunk wave file. I basically just recorded a wave file and sent it to him, and he thought it was funny. It's basically me hammered talking about how Tabes and I should kick it. So this is me introducing that. I think it's pretty funny. I think Wings and Woody, you listen to it, right?
Mm-hmm. Funny stuff.
Okay. It's good stuff. So he's going to put that at the end of this podcast.
Very good. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
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 Tabers. Tapes. What's up, man? Fucking Blade's a little tipsy. Man, I saw that you got online on the Skypers, and just wanted to say hi to you. But I know you're busy doing like some stuff. I don't know, man. I'm fucking. I'm completely sober. And yeah, so just want to say you're awesome, dude. And whenever I get this machinima money, I'm gonna backpack through Italy, and then I'm coming to Sweden? I'm coming to Sweden, and we're gonna basically just gonna fuck every girl in Sweden. Like, we're gonna go to the bar, I'm gonna be like, this is Tabes, and Tabes, you're gonna be like, this is Blade, and I'll be like, we're caucasously awesome, and I'm like, that guy's banana fucking crazy, and man, let's do it, man. Let's fucking spread the seed in Sweden. Seedon. It's gonna be called Seedon. Oh, man. Fuck. Dude, Tabes, I hope you like Jaeger, because I do. The fuck? Man, I love pussy, Tabes, man. I really do love pussy, man. I love it. It's fucking awesome. Just, vagina is just the coolest shit ever. And I already had my pussy for the night, and now it's gone. The little vertical smile just fucking just tightened all up and just walked away. And now I'm back home, and I just saw you were online, so love you, Tabes. For real, Tabes. I'm gonna get this money from Machinima, and I'm coming to Sweden, and we're gonna fuck every girl in Sweden. It's gonna be fucking awesome, and we're gonna fucking videotape it, and we're gonna fucking sell little pornos and shit, you know, like little POVs. Yeah. Fuck yeah. You better be fucking a girl right now, Tabes. Fucking Tabes, why does your last name have like a little thing over it? Alright, I don't know why. I'm going to sleep.